to fade, but I'll never forget. Oh, the ease you put me in. Oh, the sun will start to set as the leaves rise in the wind. And amidst the sea of red, I'll think of the words you said. Oh, and it's hardest in the snow, wondering which way to go. Though the spring
Bro, do I changed VHS Twitter to 𝗶𝘃𝗏.
I'll never know anything, but wherever you are now, I'll carry on.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you. My microphone's not stiff enough. The bad spelling? Oh my god. Yeah, I think that if it's misspelled, you should probably go ahead and change it. Raskar, thank you. Raskar and Orca and Liger, thank you guys so much for the resubs. What the heck? Thank you guys. Welcome. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry I was gone for a whole ass week. I had some work to do, and then the work went really, really, really badly, and I had to redo it 3 times. And now I'm taking a little break before I have to edit it and send it off, but I missed streaming, and I have other work I need to do, so here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the shout out. I saw that. I'm so sorry. Liger, I think that might be the strongest I've ever been to not just send this client a message and be like, I quit, recast me. I'm never doing this again. It was so hard having to just do it over and over and over, because like obviously it's irritating to have to redo something over and over in and of itself, but then it's like, well, I also can't stream because I have to save my voice, and I have to like take breaks in between.
𝗶𝘃𝗏.
I have to take breaks in between each time I re-record because of my voice, and so it's just like, motherfucker. Headphone guy, thank you so much for your prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. The scratchy voice, no, it just kept getting corrupted. The first time my whole laptop just completely froze and shut down, and then the second time there was like an issue, potentially because of the freeze and shutdown. There's an issue with one of my cables where like everything that I recorded had this like nasty static over top of it that I couldn't get rid of, so I had to completely redo that too. And then I redid it a 3rd time, and I was like, this better be fucking it, dude. I have 3 copies of it saved, so yeah, it's time for your weekly teeth tax. I haven't been here for a week, so you owe me double teeth tax. Anyways, I didn't quit, which is honestly a feat in and of itself. Hi Choco, welcome. It's the teeth tax. You can't keep getting away with this. Yes, I can. No one stopped me yet. I'm very glad to be here to stream today. I want to read you guys a little bit of an ARC read that I'm currently getting through, because it's so pleasantly good. And I read a lot of ARCs, and some of them are good. And a lot of them are really hard to get through. And this one is so, like, it was a very nice, pleasant surprise after the week that I've had. So I'm gonna read you like a little bit of it at the beginning of stream. Yeah, it's time to re-up the talking tax. Teeth in the bucket. Yes. So I'm gonna read you a little bit, and then I'm gonna work on my book a little bit. And if I don't feel like working on my book, then maybe I'll do some art. We'll see how it goes. This is a working stream. We're gonna do some co-working. We're gonna listen to some chill music. I'm gonna read you a little story. A little baby story time. Oh my god.
Ray up talk tax.
Thank you. I feel stupid that I'm on this screen and just completely yapping, so I'm just gonna go over here. I have a book today. I have a book for today's stream. I got this asset today for today's stream. Yeah. I got so much art at Offkai. Congratulations! My goal is one day that you can buy merch of me at a convention. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, we have a sparkly book. Isn't it cool? I really like it. Mods, I put a link to the asset in Discord. If a mod wants to post it. It was $4 for like an animated book asset. I thought that was really cool. Let's see, did I miss anything? Also, hi everyone. Hi everyone, welcome. Hi Art Womble, nice to see you. Hi everybody, welcome. Welcome. I'm very glad to be streaming. I wanted to stream literally all week last week. I was so sad that I had to do other shit last week. I missed streaming so much. I got a lot of reading done. Got a lot of reading done. I finally finished an arc read that is just honestly the bane of my existence. I think it maybe last week was just cursed because like the work that I was doing was cursed. I couldn't stream. The arc read that I was trying to get through was cursed. I got denied an arc for a book that I was super excited to arc read, that I wanted so bad, and they denied me. And I'm pretty sure it's because my NetGalley review percentage is like really bad right now, because I got I've been approved so far for 3 arcs total. One of them I submitted my review for. The other one is the one that I just finished. I literally just put in my review today and they denied me this morning. But this book that I just did today was literally so hard to get through. Like it was fucking so unuser friendly for anyone with ADHD. It was really hard to read. But like 3 days ago, I was also approved for an arc, which is the sequel to Lore of the Wilds, which is the arc that I'm reading right now, and I can't review that one and read it until I finish reading Lore of the Wilds. So I literally can't put that one in. And so my NetGalley review looks like, oh, we gave you 3, but you've only done 1, and they will like not give them to you if your review ratio is like under 80%. And I was like, man, why am I being punished? God damn. I missed you guys too. Why do you keep harassing me for my teeth, gremlin woman? Because how else am I supposed to live? That's how I pay my bills, obviously. But, so the book that I just finished reading today was really hard to write a review for. I don't know if I'm going to tell you the name of it yet, because I feel so bad about how, like, what's the word for something where it's like, I wrote this in a very professional way, but it was scathing. God, where do I start? The whole first half of the book dragged. I wanted to DNF this book, which did not finish. I wanted to not finish this book throughout the entire first 50% of the book. It's so lore heavy. It's only like a 300-page book, but it's so lore heavy that it felt like this should have been like 2 or 3 books. I was really excited about the premise because the main character is it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if I spoil it. The main character is a necromancer, and they have like body swapped throughout their entire life. And sometimes they're in a woman's body, sometimes they're in a man's body. And at the very end of the book, after going through like using different pronouns, they settle on like, no, you need to call me they, them, which I was really excited about, like a feminine presenting non-binary main character who is like fighting for women's rights, essentially, because in this world women are not allowed to practice magic because they're seen as like too emotional and like, you know, not having enough control to practice magic, and so it's dangerous for women to have magic. And at this time they are inhabiting the body of a woman. Sounds like that idea needed more time in the oven. It did, which is disappointing because the premise sounded like it was going to be really cool and good. But like at no point in the book do they kind of like give you an indication that this character is non-binary. Like at no point is there like any sort of like, not even like a single sentence to be like, hey, this character will be referred to as more than one set of pronouns. And so because they like use pronouns kind of liberally in the text, like it's not clear who they're talking about. And like, it's not clear if like at certain points, is this a typo? And so it kind of like took this idea that I was really excited about and instead made it really confusing. Which I think was added to by the fact that the rest of the writing was really confusing. There's like the plot is set up in like the first 1/3 of the book where the necromancer is in a meeting with the prince, because the prince, this is gonna be crazy. I'm about to tell you some shit, and I need you to just keep walking, okay? Keep up. Don't worry about where we're going. Just keep up here, okay? The prince killed his dad. The prince poisoned his father, okay? He also, I think, it's not super clear, might have killed a lot of the people in his father's cabinet/council, okay? So those people are dead. And the prince wants to hire a necromancer to come to the castle and be on retainer for the crown so that if somebody else dies, quote unquote, if somebody else dies, this is what he tells his council, if someone else dies, then we can resurrect them and ask them who killed them. And to me, a reader, it's like, why would you not just resurrect? Like, why would their immediate response not be like, just resurrect your dad and fucking ask him who killed him? Problem solved, right? Well, the fucking necromancer brings that up. He has no response. He doesn't really have an explanation other than like, oh, well, you know, we don't want to disturb their graves or anything, you know, respect for the dead, blah blah blah. And the necromancer's like, I'm a necromancer. You literally are coming to me for that job. Whatever, dude. Okay. So so he's like, yeah, I want you on retainer for the crown. Basically, he just wants it to look like he's concerned, essentially. And so the necromancer is like, okay, sure, I'll sign this. However, I am looking for the murderer of this young woman. This young woman has disappeared. I'm pretty sure she's been murdered. I'm looking for her murderer. And you have, you know, access to all these like high society social circles where she was part of. So if there's a party or something, or like some kind of social gathering where I could gather information about this, you have to bring me with you. Now, you would think that this is the plot of the book. The necromancer is solving the murder. The prince is trying not to get caught for murdering his father, the king. You would think that that is the plot of the book. It's not. At no point in the book does anybody ever question whether or not he killed his father. At no point in the book does anybody else die and the necromancer has to like resurrect them to see who killed them. At no point moving forward does this contract ever get brought up again. On the day that they sign the contract with the prince, there's a social gathering and they attend it with the prince and talk to like a room full of people. They find out basically nothing. And then they go back to like the prince's fucking whatever, what do you call it? Study. They go back to the castle and they're sitting in the prince's study and they haven't really found anything. And that's the last time they go to any kind of social event. So like they do eventually find out who killed the girl, but like, why did we have all this pomp and circumstance of going through setting up a whole plot when that wasn't the fucking plot? Why did you make me think that was the plot? Why did you make me think that like the prince being accused of his father's poisoning was gonna be important? Because I don't know about you guys, but if you ask me, the prince poisoning his father, the king, sounds pretty important. right? You would think that. So they're back at his study in the castle, and they're like having a heart-to-heart, and they're talking about like you know, people they love who have died, and the necromancer's talking about some of their friends who have passed, and kind of reminiscing and having this very emotional moment. Well, immediately following this like emotional conversation that they're having, there's 3 dots, which indicates an amount of time has passed. There's 3 dots, and the next sentence is, the prince is throwing them on the bed because they're gonna have sex. Now, I like a spicy romance book as much as the next person, but you saw that coming as much as I saw that coming. I didn't understand what the fuck was happening. I had to go back and read 3 pages to try and understand if there was any kind of chemistry whatsoever between these 2 people. At all. By the way, there wasn't any. Heron is the main character, the necromancer. Technically, you did see them. I mean, I guess. No buildup, and you know what? The sex. This is maybe my own personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. But as somebody who's wildly familiar with writing those kinds of scenes, it was not good. She gets on top of him and just kind of sticks it in, and I was like, well, no foreplay. Ouch. Good thing you're a necromancer, because I think that would kill me. Anyways, we aren't even tell, not show, just surprise plot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. So at the very first scene of the book, the necromancer is kind of introduced as like a very, very salacious person. You know, they live in the tavern, and they have like, you know, the tavern girls kind of hanging on them all the time, and it's kind of implied that like they have a lot of like liberal amounts of sex with the tavern girls. At no point in the entire book does the necromancer show any kind of romantic or sexual attraction towards any male character, almost including the prince who they have sex with in this scene, like 50% of the way through the book. There's no yearning. There's no like indication that they have any attraction towards them. We just have the prince who sees the necromancer and is intrigued, and then all of a sudden is immediately obsessed with them. Like in a creepy, unhinged kind of way that I think was supposed to come off as yearning, but it didn't come off as yearning. It just came off as like, I must have them. And it was just like, what? But why? You don't know them. You're not, like, why do you want them? What is it about them that you like? What? Give me one fucking reason, dude. It was really hard to get through, which was really sad, because if they had stuck with the original thing that seemed like was the setup for the plot, I think that would have been a really good book to read. It would have given them an opportunity to spread out the lore dump. That was the first like 150 pages. It would have given them an opportunity to like spread out a little bit of yearning and romantic tension, just like a little bit. And then when like the huge reveal happens, it's really stupid. Not because the reveal itself is like, not because the plot point is bad. The plot point itself is actually really good. It was so good, and I was like, damn, that's so good. I like this story. However, they reveal it like 60% of the way through the book. Like the huge plot twist of the book is at 60%. And then in the very next chapter, the prince comes up with his own theory about what the plot twist is, but like we as the reader already know what the plot twist was, so it just is like, that was a waste of my fucking time. Why am I now going to spend the next 30% of this book with like this character after we've had this huge reveal about this necromancer, where like the other main character thinks something else is happening like completely separately from the main character, because they're not even together anymore. The fucking necromancer went off on an adventure on their own. Sounds like there's a lot of wasted potential. There really was, because there were so many things about this. Like the last 10% was good, except that there was no happily ever after for these 2 characters. And this book was described as a fantasy romance, but it's not a fantasy romance. There was no romance. There was one like disjointed sex scene, and then the man being like grossly obsessive about the necromancer. There was no romance. Like he literally shows up and is fucking groveling at their feet, literally begging them to marry him, and they're just like, oh honey, I'm like 1,000-year-old necromancer, 100-year-old necromancer, whatever. Oh honey, you're just a baby. I'm not interested, but thank you. And then the prince continues groveling, and they're like, well, I don't know, maybe if we have time to get to know each other. And then the prince continues groveling, and he's like, I'm gonna show up one day with a ring and a wedding march. And the necromancer's like, okay, goodbye. And like, that's the fucking end. They're like, I'm gonna go help rebuild this fucking city, this fucking kingdom. Peace out, I guess. Like, what? Anyways, that's not this book. The book Lore of the Wild is not the book I'm talking about. I don't want to give the title because I feel really bad about how much I struggled to read the other book. Lore of the Wild, on the other hand, is really fucking cute. It's like, imagine the entire aesthetic of cottagecore and magic and like fae court intrigue and like really fucking just cozy ass writing, and that's what this writer's writing is like, and I love it so much. I'm gonna read to you a little bit of it today. Obviously I can't read the whole book on stream, but I would like to read at least enough to encourage people to go and buy it and read it because it's really good. So that's what we're gonna do probably first today, and then I'll be working on my book. Excuse me. I'll be working on my book a little, so we'll have a little co-working stream. We'll have a little story time, and then we'll have a little co-working stream with some good wood soup keyboard ASMR. Hi Parrot, welcome. I'm very excited. So half the book today, and then I'm not reading half the book. I'll probably just read a little bit of it, like maybe the first between 2 and 4 chapters, depending on how I feel about it. 4 chapters is about 38 pages, and I think that kind of sets up what happens. Like, that it kind of gives you like the setup of the book. This book is, I believe, on Kindle Unlimited, and it is out in bookstores. I have a physical copy. I'm actually super excited because I am this is my first physical ARC that I received. This is my first publisher mail that I received. The publisher sent me this book for free in exchange for reading and reviewing it. So I'm super excited because that's my first one, the first time I got a physical one. And there is a book too, which is the one that I have the digital ARC copy of. So yes, after I read it, if you're interested in reading it, you can go pick it up on either Kindle, or you can go to a bookstore and grab it. I don't earn any commission off this, by the way. This is literally just, I like this book and I want to tell you about it. I do enjoy the co-working streams. I'm so glad. I love this plan because I'm working on D&D character designs for my, oh my god, cute. Oh my god, I love that. Hell yes. Kind of surprised they still make a bind pre-books like that. Wait, what do you mean? I assumed it would be all digital until final now. It depends on what it is. Oh my god. Hi Barry. Barry, thank you for the beats, bro. Thank you for the neon message in chat. I actually really like that. Looks cool. Hi, welcome. So a lot of the time when you receive a physical ARC, it's either like a proof copy, so you're beta reading and like it's not finished yet. And they need to see like how the formatting and stuff is, or it's a book that is already out. Like the one that I received, this book is already out. But the reason that I got it is because book 2 is coming out and they want me to review book 2, but I have to read book 1 in order to review book 2. And it's a pretty big publishing company. So I don't think it's HarperCollins. I don't think they're having any trouble sending it out. I remember when I got my proofs, it was the first time the book felt like real. That's so fucking cool. I am eagerly awaiting the day for myself. Hi Black Tiger, welcome. Dino, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Hello, I hope you had a good stream. It's a lot about making sure it looks right, the typesetting is right. Yeah, exactly. The other time you might get an ARC of a physical copy is if they're like, the book is already out, but they're giving you an ARC of a special edition. Like if there's like a really cool new cover or like sprayed edge edition. And a lot of the time they'll send them out to like book influencers so that you can take pictures and show it off and be like, hey, look how beautiful that is. Go buy the special edition. So it's all for marketing purposes for the books. ARC is ARC, Advanced Reader Copy. Yes. I know lots of authors who like didn't know there was an error on their jacket or something until they got a, oh my God, yeah. I mean, there's people who go all the way through publishing and then like a year later will read through their own physical copy of their own book and be like, oh fuck, there was a typo in here. You know what I mean? It's I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about writing by being an ARC reader. That's the worst. I can imagine it is the worst. I can imagine. I also, there was a book that I did a sort of unhinged book review of, that was On Wings of Blood. That's the one that was like a Harry Potter vampires fan fiction that was fucking crazy. That book, apparently the author hired a designer and did not know until it was already out and like distributed and being bought by people that the designer used AI art in the book cover. When they found it out, they did like let everybody know like, hey, I didn't know. And then it got picked up by Trad Publishing and now it's getting completely redesigned and they'll have new covers. So that's good at least. Yeah, it is awful. Like I can't imagine, obviously, can I say with 100% certainty that the author is telling the truth? No, but I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were very open and honest about it. Like when people approached them and looked into it and like tried to figure it out. I can't imagine being in that situation where you hire a designer for your book cover, which is like, this is your child, this is your baby, your book, your novel, that's your fucking baby. You spent months to years on that shit. And you fucking hire somebody, pay them hundreds of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars, depending on what you need done and what their, you know, copyright fees are. Or sorry, not copyright fees. Do you know what I'm talking about? Commercial fees. And to get it back and be like, oh my God, I love it, it's great. And then get it on the shelf and then all of a sudden find out that somebody used fucking AI in the design. That's so fucked up. They can't all have perfect grammar. It's true. And honestly, sometimes I can forgive it. I can forgive sometimes if I'm reading a book, particularly by an indie author, because a lot of the time, unfortunately, indie authors cannot afford to hire like an editor to do like detailed line edits, and sometimes they can't even afford an editor to do like structural edits on their book, unfortunately. And so, like, you know, if there's a couple of fucking typos in an indie book, who fucking cares, dude? The story was great. I don't fucking care. 5 stars. How many books do you read a month now? I'm not sure. I think in May I read 13. I think it was 13 in May. Let me take a look and see. What the fuck have I read this month? Hold on. Let me take a look. I should start doing reviews on like public sites so that you can go and read them somewhere. I feel like it falls more in the editing process than the author. Yeah, but like if you, the author, are the editor also, then it falls on you, unfortunately. And that can be really hard. I'm dyslexic and sometimes a typo still read. Yeah, no, that happens to me all the time. Me and my ADHD. All the fucking time. Literally all the fucking time. Let's see here. Date read. I'm sure there's more than what I have on here. These are June. So in May, I think I read 13 books. So far in June, I have read Whispers of the Deep, Song of the Abyss. I'm part of the way through Echoes of the Tide. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Sorry, I'm trying to think of all the physical copies. 11. When did I read Shield of Sparrows? No, that was May. 11. Sorry. Trying not to lose my fucking place in my brain. 11. 12. Because I read Ice Planet Barbarians 1 and 2. So that would be 12. What the fuck else did I read? I'm gonna say 13 because I know there's one I'm forgetting. So far, last month I read 13, and so far this month I have read 13. 3, 4 of them were arc reads. 3, 4. I think I've done 4 arcs, and the rest were books that I wanted to read. So, also happens with reprint books where they scanned in a copy and no one double checked the original. Oh yeah. Sometimes if an author has like really bad continuity errors in their writing, I have a really hard time following because of my ADHD, because I just assume that I was the stupid one. And so I'll go back and like reread sometimes like an entire chapter trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, because like one person is one thing and then all of a sudden they're a werewolf and I didn't remember anybody explaining that they were a werewolf, but they're fucking mid-shift in the sex scene and I'm like, I didn't know you were a werewolf. When did that happen? And they just fucking bring it up like I was supposed to know. Like it was normal. Like this wasn't fucking like a huge fucking major part of this character. That they were a fucking werewolf. Like, okay. Oops, all werewolves. We're all just as... Yeah. I'm fucking surprised. What? I shouldn't be... There should not be surprise werewolf. I'm just saying. Should not be surprised by shifters. Werewolf. Exactly. On the note of being surprised by shifters and werewolves, I also don't want to be disappointed when I think a book is about a werewolf or a shifter, and then find out that it's a contemporary romance, i.e. the book Knotted, which is a dark cowboy romance, and not at all has anything to do, no pun intended, not at all has anything to do with werewolves. Also looking at a book called Red Rocket, same deal. I think it's a hockey romance, has absolutely nothing to do with werewolves. And I'm honestly just begging. I'm begging from the rooftops that every indie author who writes contemporary romance to just make friends with one person who is either like a furry, a monster fucker, or somebody who reads a lot of Omegaverse, because somebody needs to do a little bit of like, just a check. Just check with your furry friends and your monster fucker friends, please. I'm begging you. Because honestly, I don't know how books like Knotted and Red Rocket went to print as contemporary romance books, and not a single person was like, hey bestie, maybe that's not what you think it is. You know what I mean? Goddamn. Get yourself a little furry consultant. I volunteer as the monster fucker consultant. I'm happy to do that for you. I'm pretty well versed in anything that's not Omegaverse. I don't read Omegaverse. I don't really understand Omegaverse. I don't really know what it is. And I honestly, I'm okay keeping it that way. Truly. I joined a Ruby say Knotted. Well, good night, everyone. Good night, Noir. Welcome to the stream. They did not see that coming. I'm gonna ban you now. I'm gonna ban you now, Rescar. Rescar's banned forever. Yeah, you know my furry consultant. I do. Hold on, I have to grab my chapstick real quick. I'm fucking dry.
1 second. It's over here.
Why is this dog bed like in the middle of my floor? Jesus Christ. I almost fucking died. You got a lupin clash on. Yeah. Jesse, that was a mess of a sentence, but I knew what you meant. It's weird how you said that, but I get it. Rescar, you're fine. Message deleted by moderator. It's me. I'm the moderator. I moderated it. I did it. It was me. Hold on. Sorry, I had to clear my fucking lungs. So right now, the book that I am reading is called Lore of the Wilds. The main character's name is Lore. She's really cool, and I like her. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Jessie. I like her a lot. Sorry, I was looking at the back of the book. I got lost. Sorry, I was looking at the back. Let me read you the back of this book, okay? And then we can look at the first couple of chapters, and you can decide if it's something that you would like to read. And I genuinely think that if you want something that is just kind of like a cozy time, and you know, there's still stakes, there's still like intrigue, there's still, you know, danger, but it's just such a like immersively cozy cottagecore like fantasy, and I love it so much. Okay, here's the blurb from the back of the book. A library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. In a land ruled by ruthless fae, Lore Alameau's village is trapped in a forested prison. Lore knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are a testament to her past failures. But when her village is threatened, Lore makes a desperate deal with a fey lord. She will leave her home to catalog an enchanted library that hasn't been touched in 1,000 years. No fae may enter the library, but there's a chance a human might be able to breach the cursed doors. She convinces him that she will risk her life for wealth, but really she's after one thing the fae covet above all else: magic of her own. As Lore navigates the hostile world outside, she's forced to rely on two fae males to survive. Two very different, very dangerous, very attractive fae males. When undeniable chemistry ignites, she's not just in danger of losing her life, but also her heart to the very creatures that she could never trust. So, in this world, Lore lives in a village that is magically, basically encased in like a magical bubble. And it's all of the humans, and they have been locked in here by the fae, and they can't leave this forest. There's like sentries that are sentry as in like a guard. There's fae sentries who like patrol the border of their town, and they physically cannot leave, and if you try, you get killed. And Lore works at her aunt and uncle's apothecary in town and helps her aunt and uncle take care of the shelter where, you know, the orphans live. And these fucking guys show up and fucking come to collect her. So we're gonna read the beginning of this book and have a little story time. So if you need to go pee, or if you need to get a snack, or, you know, settle yourself, or whatever you want to do, go do that while we get started. Cozy cottagecore romance involving rope tying, clearly, and books. What? No. There's no rope tying in this book. It's not that kind of book. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This is a cozy magical time about a woman who wants magic and about tricking fae into doing what you want them to do. All right, I have something prepared for this. There's a little preparation that I did for this, I think. Here it is. This one? Is it this one? It's gonna be this one. Sounds like a good time. Okay, good. Perfect. You guys ready? You ready? You guys ready a little bit? You guys ready? I do want to give a little disclaimer. This is gonna be my reading with commentary. And the reason for that is that, like, I can't just straight up read a book on stream with no, like, content of my own. Like, I have to also give commentary. So, just be prepared that I'm going to talk about the book while I'm reading it. Okay, cool. Thanks. The dedication says, "For those who seek magic within the pages of a book." And then there's a map. You can't see it. It's all for me. You have to buy the book if you want to see it. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Will this work? Will this work? No, I want this to work. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Why isn't it going? Play. Play. Why are you not working? Show the player. Bitch. Okay. Why is it not playing music? Is it muted? Oh, it's fucking muted! I was like, what the fuck is happening? Okay, here we go. Alright. 𝗨𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴 collected stories like the raven that lived above the apothecary hoarded shiny pebbles. But her favorite was the one Mama told about a foolish god whose tricks led to the ruination of humanity. When Lore was little, Mama would use animated gestures, different voices, and accents that became more outrageous with every telling. Lore would fall into giggle fits in her sleeping mat, not caring that the thin layer of hay offered little protection from the packed earthen floor. She would scold the trickster god along with her mother. They would shout through an open window, ensuring their words were directed towards the heavens. "You made a mistake, 𝗔𝐶 god," they would shout. "Take us back to where we belong." Only much later did she realize that Mama's version of the story acted as a balm to soothe the uncertainty and fear that coated the town of 𝗃𝗵𝗄, like a dense, heavy fog. Nobody was immune to it, not even the children. On festival days, which were few and far between, everyone would gather in the town square. Shops would turn their lanterns high, though the oil cost them dearly, and illuminate the blankets that families had laid upon the ground. Hands would wrap around chipped, steaming clay mugs filled with a spiced cider, and people would listen to the elders' stories of malevolent gods. Their stories differed from the tales Lore's Their stories differed from the tale Lore's mama told her. She liked these less, for they made her cower, clutching Baba's sleeve. These versions claimed that their ancestors had angered a powerful god, 𝗏𝗏. In retaliation and to humble the humans, he had pulled them through a void, taken them from their rightful world, and banished them to a land of suffering. According to the elders, the cursed crossing was not a mistake but a punishment. This was usually where the elders would chime in about the importance of prayer, of hard work, and of being humble while keeping one's eyes on the stars. One day, they would be returned to their rightful land, they claimed. Lore would close her eyes tight and pray as fervently as she could. She wanted to be part of the first generation to leave their banishment and return to 𝗪𝗂, the motherland. Then, the mood would shift, someone would sing a light-hearted ballad, and less devastating stories would be told until the children's eyes grew heavy. They would soon fall asleep on their Baba's shoulders. Young lovers would slip away, their hands clasped tight against the cold. But that had been years ago. Now, on nights when Lore put the children to bed at the shelter, she would close her eyes and think back to Mama's stories. It was those versions that she recounted to the little ones as she smoothed her hair and blew out candles. She shared tales of too much wine and tricks, and most importantly, of hope, though she held very little of it herself. Lore didn't tell the children that surely no god or goddess was going to save them. The only person she told this to was Gray. "What makes you think the elders are right and the answers lie in the stars?" her oldest friend asked, his brow furrowed as he worked at mending his warmest pair of pants. "There are many legends, but they all have one thing in common. The sky." I don't know who's talking. Oh, it's Lore. Okay. "That's why we look through the sky glass on our 8th name day. It's why our church has no roof. The answers lie there, I'm sure of it," Lore replied. She was pouring hot wax into molds. She had spent the last year perfecting the scent of her juniper and sage candles, and never tired of making them. "The elders, they're so old." "Well, you know what I think," Gray said, his raspy voice muffled by the thread between his teeth. He tied off the last stitch. "That the answers are to be found outside of 𝗃𝗵𝗄? Why else aren't we allowed to leave?" he asked, raising the trousers to inspect them. "Because the Fae are cruel?" she suggested. He couldn't argue with her there. "I just don't see how the answers could be out there if we're the only humans in 𝗪𝒆𝒻𝒄, she continued. Most of our history was lost in the crossing between worlds. We won't find it in this one. That's not what you used to believe. Who's this? Hello, Ree, welcome. Hi. You were the one who put this in my head. This need to escape and to search out there for answers. Lore shrugged. I told you, my feelings have changed. There isn't any point in trying to leave Duskmere. That's a child's dream. The words tasted of ash, and Lore had to glance away as she began to trim the wicks on the batch of candles that had already set. She was no longer a child. There was no leaving Duskmere. For hundreds of years, they'd been confined to the town because the 𝗂𝐿𝐼𝒻𝐴 Fae would never let them leave. Believing otherwise was a waste of time. Well, why won't you tell me what changed? Aging out of the shelter, packing a bag, and scouring the world for answers used to be all you would talk about. You used to beg me to come with you. That was a long time ago. Now I have to be here to help Auntie and Uncle. They're getting much too old to take care of all 15 children. You're telling me you're content to stay here? To live above the apothecary until you eventually move back into the shelter and take Esh and Salem's place? Gray's voice was exasperated. They had this conversation before, and he already knew her answer. There's honor in caring for those who cannot care for themselves, Gray. And besides, I love it here. Stockholm. She said, no, all my childhood dreams were silly and stupid. I love living in this shoddy rundown town and taking care of all these orphans instead of traveling the world and learning magic. It's fine. I'm totally happy about it. Oh my god. The apothecary they were sitting in was small, with an even smaller second floor due to the slant of the roof. Boxes were heaped around, obscuring their view of most everything, but through an open door, she could just make out her cramped room. It contained everything she owned: her sleeping mat, one crooked wooden shelf that held her clothes and journals, and a stack of books she'd loved too much to sell. The rest of the space was the studio where Auntie Esh and Lore made candles, salves, remedies, tinctures, and soap. It was where she devoured stories and copied them out, letter by letter, to sell in the apothecary during her free time. And though books were a luxury, people still cherished and purchased them when they could afford to. Look at my happy little Juniper. Happy like me. What are you talking about, Barry? Gray was sitting on a laughably small stool, better suited to a child, with his long legs crossed before him and his broad shoulders squeezed in between two shelves filled with herbs and empty jars. I hate it when you lie to me, he said. There was a note of defeat in his voice. Lore frowned. Stung. Lore frowned. Stung. If she couldn't admit the truth to herself, why would she admit it to Gray? She couldn't tell him that she still believed the answers were out there, somewhere beyond the barrier surrounding their town, or that, at night, she still dreamed of leaving Duskmere and solving the great mystery of how her people came to be trapped in these lands. Didn't she grow junipers or something? Oh yeah, her soap! What is it? Sage? Juniper and sage candle. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, somebody else take notes. I can't fucking remember what I've read even 3 seconds after I've read it. Let's see, where was I? She couldn't tell Gray that she had another secret explanation. That it had not been the wrath of an angry god, nor the blunder of an inept one that brought them here. Instead, it was the one thing that surrounded them, that they, as humans, could never possess. Magic. She shoved the thought away. It's almost time for me to open the shop. Don't you have work to do? She asked as she busied herself with the last of the candle wicks. We could still do it. We could leave, together. I've been practicing with... Your sword is no match for the sentry's arrows, Lore snapped, the words coming out harsher than she intended. The sentries, members of the 𝗂𝐿𝐼𝒻𝐴 army, didn't usually cross the barrier. They guarded Duskmere from outside, wearing their signature blue stripes across their tunics, which signaled to all their rank and that they took pride in shooting down any human who tried to leave. For a moment, she was freshly 18 again, and back in that dark forest. Her pack was stuffed with everything precious to her, a knee pressed against her back so hard that she couldn't pull in any breath. There was a fist in her hair and a cruel voice hissing, What are you doing out at night? And where are you going with that bag? She had thought she'd known fear. Thought years of food scarcity and deprivation had taught her the meaning of the word, but nothing had prepared her for that. For the terror of being caught past the barrier. She would never forget the smell of the sentry's blade. The bitter scent had burned her nostrils. She later learned, while Auntie Esh set leeches on her wounds with a practiced hand, that the sentry's weapons were coated in a substance that slowed the healing process to make sure that where the sentries cut, it would scar. Gray drew her back to the present with a gentle cuff on the shoulder. He was more family than friend. The man knew her better than anyone, and he recognized when her mood had soured. She wouldn't indulge in the fantasy of escape with him any longer. She'd changed her tune and expectations that night in the woods 3 years ago. I mean, honestly though, can you blame her? You try to escape one time, and the first time you try, you get caught by a sentry and then scarred for life. You're almost murdered. I don't know, I feel like it's valid. Where was I? I'll be late for work if I don't leave soon. Gray gestured at the pants he'd just mended for the umpteenth time. And if I arrive early, maybe I'll be able to afford a new pair. He gave a dramatic sigh and pushed one hand through his hair, a tell for whenever he was remotely frustrated. As always, his black, silky hair fell into his face in waves. Meanwhile, all Lore had to do was look at her curls wrong and they would break free of their coils and try their hardest to imitate a cloud. I hope so. Those are starting to resemble one of your mom's quilts, Lore said with a straight face. Gray pulled the pants to his chest protectively as he headed towards the stairs. I'll have you know I happen to like the quilted look. She followed him down the spiral staircase that led to the shop. Don't we all? She pulled at the skirt of her simple cotton dress. She'd had to let the seams out twice now. The dress had grown up with her and was also beginning to resemble a quilt. Their goodbye was brief. She would meet him tonight after they closed the shop and checked on the little ones at the shelter. They'd eat dinner at his house with his mother and little sister, and then they would head one of their usual haunts, either the Berg's Tavern or the lake. This was her life, and for the most part, she was content. When she closed the door behind him and flipped the sign to open, she knew it wouldn't be long before customers arrived. Emily would be there to pick up the soap. Sorry, Amali. I think it's Amali. I can't read. Amali would be there to pick up the soap order for her family's shop, and Mai, a midwife, would arrive within the hour to restock her herbs. A busy shift made the hours pass quickly. It was well into the afternoon when she realized Lex would soon be here to pick up the day's deliveries. Once Lore moved out of the shelter, Lex had taken her place as the eldest. Hi, Azrael, welcome. Babysitting 4 huskies, so you're background to lurk. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Good luck with puppies. Once Lore moved out of the shelter, Lex had taken her place as the eldest. Now 15, he oversaw deliveries for the apothecary. When the door swung open, the familiar tinkle of the bell cascaded through the shop. Lore opened her mouth to tease Lex for running late, as always, but her words caught in her throat. 2 figures were standing just inside the doorway. Oh wait, do I have a thing for this? Hold on. Pause. Wait, I think I have a thing for this. Wake up. I think I have a thing for this. Hold on. This one? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, hold on. When the door swung open, the familiar tinkle of the bell cascaded through the shop. Lore opened her mouth to tease Lex for running late as always, but her words caught in her throat. 2 figures were standing just inside the doorway. The warm glow of the oil lamps cast flickering shadows over their inhumanly sharp cheekbones, making their faces look hollow. They wore mirrored looks of disdain as they studied the space, which felt all the smaller for their presence. Fae. Lore's mouth went dry, and she felt as if she could taste their power. Magic rolled off of them in waves, permeating the room and her mind and seeping into her pores, heavy with the promise of violence. Ooh, that's chapter 1! What do you guys think so far? I really like her friend Gray. I'm so excited to tell you more about her life and the people in this town. I dig it. It's like, it's so cozy. Like, even in the danger, like, these two fae just showed up and she's terrified, but like, even in the danger parts, I don't know, there's something about this author's writing that is just like so nice. IDK, I just caught the end. That was only chapter 1. You came in like halfway through chapter 1. It's just the intro. We met Lore, who is the main character. She's a human girl and she works at her aunt and uncle's apothecary. And her aunt and uncle run the shelter for orphan children. What the fuck was that sound? So we just got an intro to the character and like, you know, what she does and what's going on in the town, and you know, how the humans live in this sort of like very run down town, and nobody really like owns anything nice here. You know, everybody's kind of wearing clothes that they've been mending for the last 10 years. And that's just their life. And apparently, you know, growing up her whole life, Lore said that she was gonna get the fuck out of here and figure out how to help her people get home to their motherland. And then she got caught in the woods by the sentries and it scared her off and she gave up on her dream. But now these two fae have shown up in her shop for the first time ever. And it's terrifying because all they know of the fae is that they're the sentries that watch the town and fucking murder you if you try to leave. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. All right, let's go into chapter 2. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna drink a little water real quick. Hold on. Oh, my V-Bridger is acting up today. I'm sorry. It keeps being super laggy. That's V-Bridger for you. Stop. Why are you doing this? Stop. 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 Okay. Okay. Reconnect. Are we good now? Are you gonna stop lagging? You stop being fucking crazy? So good it's not even a thing. It was a thing! You saw it! I know. Okay, anyways, let's read chapter 2. From the moment they could toddle, human children were taught to hide when the dark fae ventured down from their mountain keep and stepped through the tree line that surrounded 𝗏𝗏𝗏. It was unusual for the elite order of the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏s to be in 𝗏𝗏𝗏 at all. It was unheard of that they should be in the apothecary. And yet, here they were. Lore froze like a deer about to be shot through the heart with an arrow. Her heartbeat roared in her ears and her lungs ached for air. She wanted to look away from the depthless void of the male's irises, but found it impossible. It wasn't until he raised an artfully manicured brow and made a comment under his breath to his companion that Lore's body remembered how to work. She inhaled in relief, gulping the sweet, dusty air. The pair had seen her and hadn't immediately ended her life. Their tunics were lined with exquisite, delicate lace, and both blouses were adorned with embroidery. The colors of the threads were unbelievably vibrant. Lore couldn't imagine what flower or animal could provide pigments that rich. Surely it was something poisonous. As anything that colorful probably needn't worry about being eaten. Their clothes dripped with wealth. It was another oddity, as the wealthy didn't come to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The only fae who came around were the sentries and the taxers. And even then, the sentries rarely crossed the border into 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and the taxers' visits were expected, planned like clockwork at the same time every season, to bleed the humans' coffers dry. Lore's eyes snapped to the female as she leaned forward to sniff a candle. Long, silky braids dripped like syrup down her smooth brown shoulders. The noble's nose wrinkled as she smelled dog shit instead of warm amber and honey. That candle had been poured just the week before. The female's eyes narrowed at the crowded tables and sagging wooden shelves, eventually lingering on Lore's frayed books. Lore's frayed boots. Her painted lips pulled up into a sneer. A lick of shame burned through Lore's sternum. She glanced away, sidestepped stacks of handwritten books, crates of... sorry, there's a lot of commas. She glanced away, sidestepped stacks of handwritten books, crates of glass bottles filled with perfumes, and a cupboard bursting with dried herbs and fragrant berries, trying to ignore the heaviness of the male's eyes following her every move. "Welcome, my lord and lady. How may I be of service?" Lore asked, hating how much her voice shook. Had she addressed them correctly? She bowed her head, waiting for them to reply. "We're looking for the owner of this establishment," the male finally said. His words were unhurried and spoken with a tone that commanded attention. "My aunt and uncle own this shop, my lord, but they're on the other side of town by the vineyard." "The other side of town?" The male sounded disappointed and more than a little annoyed. Lore glanced through her lashes. His eyes combed the place as if her aunt and uncle would suddenly pop out of a cupboard with whatever item he sought. What could he possibly want from here that he didn't have in abundance out there? "I'm happy to take you to them," she added. The female reached out, tugging on the male's sleeve. "You dragged me on this fool's errand when we could have sent an attendant. The human you seek isn't even here. Don't tell me you expect me to walk further through these stinking muddy streets." The female's words were ugly, but the lyrical timbre of her voice was a song. She tugged on the male's sleeve again, and Lore's eyes snagged on her nails. They were long, filed into sharp points, and painted the same color as her delicate slippers. Small embedded gems sparkled. Lore fisted her hands. Her own unpainted nails bit into the flesh of her palms. She used the pain to distract herself from speaking her thoughts aloud. "If we didn't have to give almost all of our earnings to the Ellitherians, then maybe we humans could pave our streets." This is her thinking to herself. The male ignored his companion, his eyes still flitting around the shop. "Perhaps I can help you find something?" Lore motioned towards the low table near the door. Every inch of the scuffed wood was covered in salves, candles, soaps made from goat's milk, and bottles of wine from her uncle's vineyard. Without this shop, Auntie Esh and Uncle Salem wouldn't have had the resources to care for the 15 children at the orphanage. The female's eyes lit up. "While we're here, we should choose a present for Ro." The male grimaced. "Oh, don't look that way," she continued. It'll be the perfect thing. He's always been fascinated with them." "We have many gifts if he's interested in us humans." Lore had to swallow back bile as she said interested, as if humans were little different than a newly discovered bird with peculiar feathering, as if they were little more than creatures to be examined. Lore walked the length of the shop and plucked a book from a shelf. It was an adventure novel, a copy of a copy written by a person who had never been to Duskmere, nor heard of the nightmare of the place. The original book had come over with the humans in the crossing. Lore caressed the cloth binding. She had spent weeks copying each word, finding a sort of catharsis in crafting the pages, in binding the books. Unfortunately, frivolities such as books weren't something most people could afford, so she rarely had cause to do so. Lore eyed their clothing again, and an idea began to form. It was reckless, dangerous, and terrible all around, but she barreled on. "This is the last copy of a book that came from our homeland," she lied. "It's quite pricey, but it would be a perfect gift." Lore stilled her features, trying not to look terrified by what she'd just done. Lying to a fae? Did she want to die? "Pricey? How much?" The beautiful woman arched a brow, disdain evident on her face, but she still withdrew a coin purse from a hidden pocket. Lore named the price, high enough to cover new boots for both sets of twins and the new flooring they needed in the cellar at the shelter. "That costs more than my shoes, human." She turned to the man and grumbled, "which have been ruined from walking through these filthy streets." Lore shrugged. "Perhaps another option then. A bottle of wine, perhaps?" She began to slide the book back onto the shelf, treating it with far more care than she had when she'd shelved it last month. She's fucking tricksy. The female opened her mouth to retort, probably to eviscerate Lore with a single word or something equally terrible. The male cut her off. "We'll take it." Something deep in his eyes briefly glittered. Was it mischief? Lore couldn't tell. She do be tricksy. Bro, the fucking balls on Lore to straight up just lie in the face of a fae. I love that for her, honestly. The female looked shocked, then delighted. It's a gift, so wrap it up. If you know how to, that is. Lore had to hide her sigh of relief as she walked to the counter. She crouched unnecessarily low so she could rub out the chalk marking of the real price, which was a fraction of what she'd told them. You gotta make that cheddar, bro. When your dress is starting to resemble a quilt more than it's starting to resemble a dress. Yeah, I might lie to the fae too. By the time she wrapped the gift in fabric, tied it with an extra large ribbon because of course she knew how to gift wrap, and the coin had been exchanged, Lore was already thinking of how pleased Auntie would be, and furious if she knew Lore had willingly tricked the 𝗟■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■■ These books here, some of the titles are in 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿. How did you come by them? The male asked. Lore bit her lip. My aunt and I trade with the merchants when they come. When we translate them to our own common language then we translate them to our own common language and sell them in our store. Sorry, I had to have a little sip of water. Where the fuck was I? Oh my god, I literally lost where it was. Oh, here we go. Okay. Some of the townsfolk like to collect them as well. Oh, sorry, like to collect the originals as well, so we put them up for sale. You help your aunt with the translations. His voice was coated with surprise. Yes, my lord. I have since I was little. Lore held his gaze, a lick of pride raising her chin. Who the fuck is talking here? I still can't tell who's fucking talking. This filthy human. Disgusting. I thought humans were too dim-witted to write in our language, but I see now that I must have been mistaken. It was casual cruelty in its highest form. Lord dared not reply. Her feelings wouldn't matter to him anyway. He broke off the look first, dismissing her and snuffing her pride out like a candle. The woman frowned at her companion. Are we done here? Can we go back? My clothes are starting to stink like them. The male placed his hand on the female's lower back, leading her towards the door. We can pause our search. I might have found what I'm looking for after all. They left, and the door swung shut behind them. Lore slid down against the counter, laughing, half from hysteria half from the hysteria that she had somehow survived her first encounter with noble 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 unscathed, and half from the weight of the coin in her hands. She'd never held a purse this heavy in her life. She could take a copper and donate it to the elders. In appreciation, they might let Lore look through the sky glass and track the movement of the stars at service that weekend. Hi, 𝗟, welcome! I'm reading the beginning of Lore of the Wilds for chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Baba used to say the stars sang a song that only she could hear, and she knew the words rang true. When she looked through the sky glass, she swore she could hear a ballad spun from stardust with the sweetest promise of home. Yeah, just a little live reading, not a full thing. I just wanted to give a little treat. She's like a little piece of this book that I've been reading recently because it's really, really good, and I want to recommend it, so I figured it'd be nice for the beginning of our co-working stream. She tucked the coin into the purse on her belt while shaking hands. Sorry, with shaking hands. Who the fuck is she shaking hands with? With shaking hands, then reached into the pocket of her apron for the small rounded stone with a gap in its center. It was shaped like the crescent moon. The curved hole, just big enough to peer through, had reminded Gray of Lore. For the girl whose eyes always stray to the moon, he had said as he pressed the rock into her palm. Her thumb found the crescent-shaped hole in the stone's center and circled it. A nervous habit she'd picked up years ago. The cool touch of the stone settled her racing heart. She returned to work. She cleaned, helped Lex compile his delivery order once he finally arrived, and finished shelving items while keeping an eye on the changing shadows, ready for the day to end. There's a person at my front door. Oh, I think that's my owl crate delivery. Sorry, okay. Ready for the day to end so she could race to tell Gray about the noble fae and her brush with death. It'd take too long to do a completed reading. Also, I'm pretty sure that would be illegal. And I like not being in jail, thank you very much. She might exaggerate the tale a little, but Gray loved a good story. At last, it was time to close the shop. Lore began to tally that... Sorry, I'm just reading. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to read ahead a little bit. I know Asuka's not going crazy, which is actually really concerning. Anyways. Where was I? Oh, is it this one? Is it? I think it's this one. Hold on, is it this one? Hold on, I have to, oh, wait. Is it this one? I have a little player of, like, ambiance. This maybe I think is what I'm looking for. I have to get a certain ambiance ready. I think this is the one that we're gonna... This one, probably. Okay. Okay, where were we? She might exaggerate the tale a little, but Gray loved a story. At last, it was time to close the shop. Lore began to tally the day's coin when she heard a loud noise. Where was I? Hold on. The floor trembled as if 1,000 people were stomping their feet outside. Lore reached out, stealing a rattling stack of coppers. The earth began to shake, to sway. The ground moved back and forth. The shelves began to roll and tip. Books tumbled from the tall shelves. Tinctures crashed to the floor, shattering into 1,000 pieces and releasing so much perfume that Lore had to turn away, gagging. She pushed the chair out of the way and dove beneath the desk just in time to see bits of the ceiling rain down. She knelt, covering her head with her arms, and squeezed her eyes shut. Her teeth chattered so hard from the vibrations of the earth that she bit her tongue, tasting blood. She prayed to the goddess that the desk would hold if the roof caved in above her. She prayed, as she did every day in one form or another, to survive. Fucking earthquake? Hello? I don't know, kind of suspicious IMO that these Fae nobles show up who have never been here before. They just fucking show up being all cryptic and weird, and then all of a sudden, random surprise earthquake? Okay, sure. Of course I get money, and then yeah, literally, of course. Fucking suspicious IMO. I'm never upgrading my clothes. I'm never gonna get new shoes, dude. Surprise. Surprise! Bruh, poor Lore. I feel so bad for Lore. It's like 5 p.m. and she's already dealing with so much fucking bullshit. All she wants to do is run her cute little apothecary and fucking read stories to the children and live out her little boring, unconsequential life, lying to herself that that's what she wants. What do you guys think so far? Once again, the book is on the screen. We're reading Lore of the Wilds. That was chapter 2. This is the book that I was given by HarperCollins, the publisher, to do a reading and review of, along with the book, the sequel that comes after it, Lore of the Tides. So we're doing like a short little reading of the first couple of chapters for chat, so you can decide if it's something that you would like to read. I really, really love it. I like it. I too desire the comfort of lies. Yes, I too enjoy lying to myself and pretending that the fucking Beauty and the Beast town at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast is what I want to live in. Wouldn't it be wild if they picked up your book? It would be wild if one day HarperCollins picked up my book. I have to finish writing my book. I have to convince myself not to quit writing at 45,000 words and 15 chapters and convince myself that it's okay that a lot of things have already changed, and that my writing is already way better than it was when I started, and that I know the characters way better now than I did when I started, and that I'm gonna have to go back and do some major structural edits because there's a lot of shit in the first like 7 chapters that kind of don't make sense, and maybe I want to start the book in a different place. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm not gonna quit. Even though I know all these things, even though I look back on earlier chapters and I'm like, damn, I hate it. You gotta finish it, because if I don't finish it, I can't edit it, because you can't edit a book that doesn't exist, which means you can't make it better. You can't fucking polish no stone, you know? Which one are you talking about? Aren't you writing 2? Yes, but the second one, don't worry about the second one. The second one is in the vault right now, okay? I'm talking about Obscura, which is the landlord one. Which is a wild thing to say, considering the full plot of that book. Yeah, that's what the first draft is for. Exactly! Exactly, you understand. Exactly. Thank you for good vibes. I like that one. Thank you! I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you are having fun with it. I think what, because right now I'm writing chapter, hold on, let me look real quick. It sounds like the plot of a Ghibli movie. Serial, I would say that it definitely, Lore of the Wilds definitely gives me Ghibli vibes. Let me go to Google Docs real quick and see. What chapter am I writing? 14? Halo Phoenix, I gave you the most recent chapter I finished. What fucking chapter was it? I think when you guys get to these later chapters, you'll understand what I mean. Like I've just finished writing like 12, 13, and 14. And I think those chapters, it kind of like picks up just kind of like knowing the characters a little bit more. I think it was 13. What was did I write a note on the end of chapter 13? A little bit. Chapter with the fucked up. Wait, I sent you that one? Hold on. Yeah, I think that was chapter 13 where the fucked up thing shows up. The chapter with the fucked up thing. And Patreon just got what? Chapter 7, I think? Next month, Patreon will get chapter 8. Yes. Yes. Of course, you'll get better as you go. Plus, you have those guidebooks come in the mail to help. Yes. And honestly, like, reading those has actually been extremely, extremely helpful. It's very good. The fucked up thing is indeed fucked up. There's a creepy little creature that shows up in chapter 13. That I think you guys will appreciate. There's also I think chapter 8, another one shows up. The first creepy little creature shows up in chapter 8, which you guys will get next week on July. But that creepy little creature is not a bad thing. The one that shows up in chapter 13 is real fucked up. Yeah, the one from chapter 8 is kind of just a little guy, and the one in chapter 13 is it's small. It's a small thing, but it's creepy. And I'm just happy to know that I got across the vibe of it's fucking creepy. Honestly. Chapter 8, where that really, really fucked up thing. No. Chapter 13 is where the creepy little thing shows up. Chapter 8 is where the weird little guy shows up. The one in chapter 13 is definitely some kind of little guy. It's a gross little guy. It's not good. It's a bad thing. It's a bad little thing. The one in chapter 8 is a good thing. It's just a weird little thing. It's creepy, but it's more of like a little weird thing than like a bad thing. Maybe I should edit chapter 8 today since that's going out next week. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah. Would you guys like another chapter? Chapter 3 kind of sets up what the fuck happens. Like what the fuck goes on in this book. No spoilers, but yeah, it's definitely not something you want to like meet. Oh yeah, the chapter 13 thing. Yeah. I certainly wouldn't want one in my house. Okay, let's see here. All right, we'll do another chapter. And then maybe we'll get some writing done. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, here we go. Da-dun. Da-dun. All right, here we go. Light, thick with dust, streaming in through the splintered ceiling, illuminating utter chaos. As quickly as it had started, the phenomenon was over, but the apothecary was in ruins. 𝗨 brushed some dust off of her face and hissed in pain. There were small shards of glass embedded in her cheek, and when she pulled her fingers away, they were slick with blood. Chapter 8 is a pug. Chapter 13, horrors beyond comprehension. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Scuba Steve also correct, but more for chapter 8. Also, hi, Wisconsin Bear. I didn't see you come in. Welcome. She gripped the front of her tunic and used it to cover her mouth from the dust. It took minutes to crawl towards the door. Her leather boots kept slipping on the loose pages from the torn and battered books. From the silence, shouts emerged, filtering in from the outside. One voice she recognized better than her own. "𝗨!" Gray shouted. His call was followed by loud thuds against the front door as if he were shoving against it. "I'm here!" 𝗨 called back as she climbed over the remains of a bookshelf, ripped open the door, and gripped him in a tight hug. He held her to him for a moment before he pulled away to look at her, eyes scanning her for injury and lingering on her cheek. When he saw that she was relatively all right, he reached out and tugged gently on one of her dust-covered curls. The familiar gesture helped settle the panic growing in 𝗨's chest. The character from chapter 13 kind of sounds like the Pale Man. No, it's not. It's small. It's little. It's a little thing. It's palm-sized, I would say. She scanned him, then sighed in relief. He looked shaken, but unhurt. His familiar, kind, dark eyes were imbued with warmth, even though he was covered in so much dust it had streaked into a sort of paste on his nose and forehead. "What was that, Gray?" He grabbed her arm, speaking as he pulled her out of the apothecary. "An earthshake of some kind. You're lucky you made it out with only a few scratches. The shop looks a lot worse from the outside. I didn't know what I would find when I made it through the door." He exhaled a shaky breath, squeezing her hand. 𝗨 licked her lips, tasting blood and dust. "What do you mean low battery?" Hold on, I gotta plug my phone in. My phone. I had to plug in my phone. Anyways, where was I? What? She followed Gray outside, stumbling behind him. Her vision blurred as they kept walking and tears sprang into her eyes. Gray said she'd been lucky. He was right. Her worst nightmares couldn't have prepared her for the devastation around her. The buildings on the street were almost flattened, and her stomach turned when she thought of anyone who might have been caught inside. Shops and houses had expelled bricks and wood out into the street. Black smoke billowed up into the cloudless sky, while far too few neighbors used water from the closet well in the growing flames. There should be more people out. There shouldn't be so few of them fighting to preserve this heap of rubble. 𝗨's legs trembled beneath her. Your family?" she asked. He glanced at the row of houses across the pond behind the apothecary. It was just a few minutes' walk from the shop, which was how she had met Gray. He was at the shop almost as much as she was when they were children. Gray's house was usually swathed in perpetual shade from all the trees that surrounded it. On a good day, she could hardly see it from the shop. But where there should have been branches reaching up towards the sky, the trees had split during the shake and fallen. "They're fine. Aura's shaken, but you know my mom and Aunt Zio. They'll cheer up. They'll cheer her up in no time. Though I can't say the same for our house." 𝗨 didn't know what to say to comfort him, so she cursed instead. Gray, his mom, and his sister lived in a small house with his aunt and her 4 daughters. It wasn't much, but it was all they had since his father and uncle, along with her own, had died in the uprising all those years ago. It was not as though they could afford to just build a new home. And the shelter? Lord choked out, though how could he know? Gray's house was in town, close to the apothecary. The shelter was not. They raced through the field towards the small cluster of buildings. The closer they drew and the more she saw of the shelter, the harder it was to process what had really happened. Every window was shattered, and the corner of the west side had caved in completely. She sped up, tears blurring her vision. Please let them be all right. Please let them be all right. Please! Lord cried out when she saw the huddled children in the now exposed playroom. Auntie Esh rushed to meet her, pulling her into a tight embrace. Lore inhaled her scent of jasmine, sweat, and relief. Yes, all accounted for. You were the only one missing. Lore slipped from Auntie Esh's arms and sank to the ground, sobbing in relief. Suddenly, the kids were piling atop her, hugging her and crying with her. Touching each of their faces in turn, she chuckled as they all started to yell, telling her a different version of the same tale. For them, the Earth Shake was just an exciting event that had happened, and they'd already forgotten how scary it was. The realization that their home would not be whole anytime soon had not hit them yet. Her eyes turned to Uncle Salem, who knew, as she did, what this meant for them. In a matter of moments, their lives had changed irrevocably. The Earth Shake had leveled the winery, same as the shop. They would no longer be able to support the children. Hi, Luminor, welcome. We're doing a read-through of the beginning of Lore of the Wilds. There was just an earthquake that leveled their whole town, pretty much. Uncle Salem was surrounded by a pile of glass. His broom was frozen mid-sweep. Curly salt and pepper hair was plastered to his dusty face. His leather gloves were caked in dirt, and tears streamed down his cheeks, mixing with the blood that had trickled from a head wound on his brow. Thank you. Lore noted a nasty gash on his elbow, which steadily dripped blood onto the earth. Katu offered her a piece of clean linen from a medical bag. He was nearly 12, with flaming locks of red hair, mischievous green eyes, and a pale face filled with freckles. He was also usually the first to cause trouble, but even he was missing his usual crooked grin. He seemed determined to be as responsible as possible today. It is very hot this week. This whole week there's like a heat wave going on. She squeezed his shoulder in thanks and took the linen from him. She turned back to her uncle, stepping into the space he'd cleared around him. I'm so sorry. She swabbed his wound with alcohol and wrapped the cloth around his elbow. When she could retrieve clean water, she would clean the wound, but for now, she just needed to staunch the bleeding. Uncle Salem wiped the back of a glove across his cheek, smearing the dust into grime. He nodded distractedly, crying silently even as he bent to sweep up more chunks of brick, clay, and glass. He needed to rest. What? Bro, I have a fucking neighborhood alert set up for my Ring camera so that, like, if there's crime in the area, if somebody gets fucking shot in the area, you know, if there's a fucking armed robbery in my neighborhood, my Ring camera can alert me. I just got an alert on my phone from fucking Ring. You know what it said? Fucking neighborhood alert. Hey, I'm looking for somebody to come clean my pool ASAP. Would like to open the pool as soon as possible. Bitch. I'm out here thinking there's a fucking sniper on the loose. And you're fucking putting out a fucking advertisement on Ring to have somebody come clean your fucking pool. Dude, I hate rich people. Bruh. It's not a fucking Craigslist, Deborah. Jesus Christ. What are you doing? Get to cleaning. Hey, no, I don't go outside. Oh man, I'm fucking lagging again. 𝗂𝗏𝗟, please. Dude, I'm about to become a creature. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be the silliest fucking reading stream we've ever done. Well, wait, I gotta find a secondary bookmark so I don't lose my actual place. Where's my worm? Worm? Reginald, hold my place, please. Reginald the worm will hold my place. I've seen you outside. I ain't never been outside. Never, not once. Hold on. This is about to be the silliest fucking stream we've ever done here on twitch.tv/RubyBox. Actually, that's not true. Okay. Do you want me to be a creature or do you want me to be the doll? Does anybody have a preference? If you don't have a preference, I'll just fucking pick one. I have a little like stitched up doll, and I have one that is just literally a fucking creature. Chat, you know what they both look like. I haven't done her in a while. I got 1 vote for doll. I can do either one. I just can't. I can't be doing this fucking fighting 𝗂𝗏𝗟 bullshit anymore today. Here, let me open my 𝗪𝐶 while I'm at it for the ambiance. For the ambiance. Oh shit, the fucking summer solstice happened. It's time for summer, baby. It's time for gay baby summer, baby. Hey, there we go. I got the summer background. Yeah, you want the doll? Okay, I'll put the doll on. Meow, 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 meow. It's me, beach. Ah! Oh, there's 2 of me. Hold on. Hold on. It's gonna be a fucking silly ass stream. Yeah, it's gay baby summer. Maybe heat related connectivity. No, it's just 𝗂𝗏𝗟. It's literally just 𝗂𝗏𝗟. Sometimes the program, I don't know if there's like it had an update and now it's broken, but like every once in a while 𝗂𝗏𝗟 just fucking shits itself. It's me, beach. Hi. I haven't been the little tanuki in a long time. Okay, let's see here. Let me get my fucking book. Hey, keyboard, wake up. I know you're Bluetooth right now. Don't go to sleep. I'll put my book back on. It's much bigger for this model. I'm very small. I'm just a little guy. Okay, how's that? How's that? Wow, spitting it. It's me. It looks, it's exactly 1-to-1, a 1-to-1 ratio. It's me, beach. Teehee. Okay, let's get this chapter done so we can do some writing today. Big shout out to everyone for being here for my co-working stream. I know that my brand is kind of plays games and yells a lot. Screams at horror games and yells at Elden Ring, but thanks for not making me do that all the time. So accurate, it's 1-to-2. Yeah, I basically got 2010 vision. Doesn't even fucking make sense. Hold on, wait. Speaking of 2010 vision, wait, I gotta... Don't I have this? Yeah, okay, hold on. Hold on, let me just put on my fucking spectacles. Here we go. Oh no! Wait, hold on. Hold on. It's not on my face. If I put him down here, no, wait, what? Hold on, I got this. Hold on, wait, just stage. I'll just put them on the screen. I'll just put them on OBS instead of on my actual fucking face. They just won't move. Oh my god, they're attached to my eyebrows right now. That's crazy, dog. Hold on, maybe it's my Wi-Fi. Maybe it's because my Wi-Fi sucks. Hey, speaking of my Wi-Fi, everybody, we're gonna swap to different Wi-Fi next week. So that hopefully maybe this will stop happening. I don't know. It happened at our last house too, though, so I don't really have high hopes. Changing care, yeah, because we were paying like $70 a month for internet, and then I got a bill for over $100 for the internet, and I was like, go fuck yourself, I'm not paying that. Do you have like a fucking contract we can sign for less? And they were like, oh, sorry, no, we don't. That's gonna be $110 a month. And I said, eat my ass, I'll call somebody else. And by that I mean Rug said, eat my ass, I'll call somebody else, because I don't make phone calls because I have anxiety. So we're gonna get different internet for the fucking price we were paying, like 70 something, and hopefully it'll be fucking good. Carson says hi. Oh my god, tell Carson I said hi. Tell Carson I said hi. I love you, I miss you. I just realized that I gave Carson the most like energetic hello, I miss you ever, and I did not give that to you, and now I feel so bad. fucking Reed comes to stream, I'm like, oh my god, hi, so nice to see you, and then Carson, I'm like, Carson. I love that for me. I love that she could hear me through your headphones. Yeah, that's a pretty normal thing here, honestly. It's pretty on brand for how this stream normally goes. I usually have gaming streams, but recently in the daytime I've been doing early daytime streams where we just do co-working, because I'm writing a book and also working on art for something, and I have a lot of fucking work to do, so I forced chat to co-work with me. Oh my god, hi 𝗑𝐮𝐲'𝐬, welcome, thank you so much for the raid. Hi everybody, welcome to the stream. My name is Ruby, I play games and I yell a lot, except for today. I'm doing a reading of the beginning of a book that I'm currently reading because I want everyone to read it, so I'm giving everybody a little sneak peek at this book I'm reading in the hopes that you too will like it and then go and buy it and read it. And then later we're gonna do co-working where I work on my book that I'm currently writing. So if you want to stay for some reading ASMR and then later some delicious wood soup keyboard ASMR, and a little bit of yapping, stick around. It's gonna be a chill time today, mostly chill, as chill as anyone could be here at twitch.tv/RubyVoxx. You know, welcome everybody. Hi, hello 𝐷𝐿, I hope you had a really good stream. Did we get a shout out for our raider? Did that happen? Did we get a shout out? Can I get a mod? Can I get a fucking mod check in here? Yo, where the fuck are my mods? I got like a 40-person mod team. Can one of y'all do a fucking shout out? I'm being a little cheeky right now. I'm not actually mad at anyone. Chill time with Ruby does seem like an oxymoron. It's already deteriorating. It's already dissolving into chaos. Fucking mod check. Goddamn. Thank you. Thank you, Halo Phoenix. I appreciate you. I know all my mods are fucking working right now. I think every single one of my mods is at work right now, actually. I'm a mod. 𝐷𝐿, you have begged me to be on the mod team and have never once actually applied to be on the mod team. Also, you work at a hospital. I'm not modding you. You work all the time, you fucker. Also, I hope work is going good. Welcome to stream. Fucking ad jail. Oh, RIP. I'm so sorry. I'll be packing boxes. Oh no, that's fine, Scuba Steve. You also have a good excuse. I'm literally not even mad. I'm just being a shitter. I'm on 𝗶𝘃𝗋. I too am on 𝗶𝘃𝗋. Oh man, I love it here. Anyways, we're reading the first like 3 to 4 chapters of Lore of the Wilds. I'm currently reading chapter 3. And what we have so far is that our main character Lore works in an apothecary that is owned by her aunt and uncle, who also run the children's shelter. Hello Perrin, welcome. And they're these two fae who never come to their rundown little podunk backwards human town. These two fae royals, well, like nobles, have showed up in her apothecary and we're very fucking rude to her. And then we're like, yeah, I think we found what we're looking for. And then they fucking leave. And like a couple hours later, there's a huge earthquake that basically levels the town and kills like half the fucking people there. And what we're dealing with right now is that she has just run to the children's shelter to make sure that people are not dead. And that's where we're at right now in the story. This is literally chapter 3. This is the beginning of the book. But the book is right here. The title and chapter is Lore of the Wilds. And this is an ARC read that I received for free from HarperCollins Publishing to do, to read and then write a review of. I'm not going to read the whole thing on stream because that's illegal. But I am doing just like a little bit of a read of the first couple chapters to let you guys see what the book is about. And you can decide for yourself if you want to read it with me. And we can do a little buddy read for our little book club. Sadly, this is not part of the Monster Fuckers book club. Although one of the main characters does have horns, he is technically Fae, not a monster. So while I do have the Monster Fuckers book club, this is a fantasy romance. Oh, this is a book club book? I'll pick it up. This is our we can have a little community, little pit book club thing. Children's shelter. It sounds like free labor to me. It's about to be because everyone else seems like they're fucking dead. Also, hi VC, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome. All right, let's go back, and we're gonna finish this chapter up. Because this chapter is where you kind of see what the fuck is going on with this story. And I'm really excited about it. So here we go. Let me figure out where the fuck I was in the story. Let's see here. Okay, I found it. Okay. She just found her uncle, and he's fucking got a head wound and needs to relax, but he won't. Hi, Peppy, welcome! I'm reading the first couple chapters of the Lore of the Wilds. Sorry, not the lore. It's Lore of the Wilds, because her name is Lore. I'm just reading the first couple chapters. We're almost finished, and then we're gonna do some co-working and stuff. Having an ish day. I have to go back to work just for an... I'm so sorry. That sounds like actual hell. We're gonna finish this chapter, and then we're gonna do some yapping and co-working. Here we go. Ready? Oh wait, hold on. Go back to this. We need that. That's the one we needed. Okay. Rain time. Okay, I read. Sorry. He needed to rest, but after 12 years of being his ward, Lore knew he wouldn't until the space was clear of dangerous debris. He would always put the children first. Lore turned back to the kids and sat before Milo, pulling him onto her lap, the last of the children to come in for a hug. He'd held back until the swarm of excited children had thinned. She squeezed his shaking shoulders and held him tight. Even though he was 6 years old, Milo still hadn't uttered a word, and was often prone to fits at even the smallest change in his routine. How was he going to get through this? The other young children were laughing and jumping over the larger pieces of rubble. They were already turning this disaster into a game, trying to make the best of a horrible situation as they'd always had to do. But Lore thought there was a new look behind their eyes, one of fear and uncertainty. Except it wasn't new, was it? All of the children had arrived at the shelter with that same look after their worlds had been turned upside down by the tragic events that had brought them here. It may not be new, but it was a look she hadn't seen for a while. Salim, Esh, and in the last few years Lore had tried to mend the children's heartbreak. She hadn't realized they'd been successful until she saw the sorrow return to their faces. She sighed into Milo's thick, dusty coils, another loss to add to their long list. I've got to get back to... Oh, sorry, this is Gray. I've got to get back to my mother. I just needed to make sure you and the kids were all right, Gray said softly. I would come with you, but... She motioned to Milo on her lap, and the view around them. I know. It's all right. He knelt next to her, laying his hand on her shaking shoulder. She hadn't realized she was trembling until his touch stilled her. It's all right, he said again. But Lore was having a hard time understanding him. Her eyes stung from unshed tears, Her lungs ached for dust-free air. Oh wait, this is in her head. Here, hold on, I got something for this. Oh, I got something for this. She was back in that room with Mama, begging her not to leave, to please stay, and Baba was sitting in the corner with his head in his hands, and she knew she'd lost him before he'd ever really left her. A blink, and she was standing in front of two strangers. Despite their kind eyes and warm arms, she didn't want them. She wanted Mama and Baba. And then she was back in the apothecary with the power of 𝗏 flooding her senses, and she couldn't move, couldn't breathe, and the world was shaking. The ceiling was falling all around her. Milo reached out and placed both of his small hands on her cheeks before grabbing one of her flyaway curls and slowly twisting it around his finger. A comfort for him, and now, in this moment, a comfort for her, tethering her to him. She drew in a shaky breath, panic subsiding for the moment. She would take strength from Milo and give him some in turn. She turned back to Gray, covering his hand with her own. "I'm fine," she said. But then she corrected herself. She never did like to lie to him. "I'll be fine. Head back home, Gray. After the kids are taken care of, I'll try to come by and check in on your place." Gray nodded and stood, attempting and failing to brush the dust from his pants. It would take multiple washings before his trousers looked clean again. He gave her one last worried smile before he picked his way carefully through the cracked courtyard and slipped into the dawning night. It took hours to clear debris from the main dormitory. The 6 oldest kids were set to shaking out the bedding, sweeping, minding the younger children, or scouring up food and water from the one still intact well. It was while she was settling the kids in with some bread and cheese that the outside sounds of a village on fire quieted. But although the last of the fires had been extinguished, the night sky was darkened further by the billowing smoke, pitching them into a nightmarish haze. I'm gonna take a drink of water. She finished feeding the kids, cleaned them of dust, dressed them in fresh clothes, and got them to sleep on their shared mats, clutching each other. She knew she couldn't risk navigating the streets at night given all the debris that likely still filled them, so she would go to Gray's first thing in the morning. Laura counted the sleeping little ones before realizing that Milo was missing. She turned quickly, eyes searching the dormitory, and smiled. He was curled up on the pallet she'd scavenged and put in the corner for herself. She slid beneath the blanket beside the small boy. He was sleeping so peacefully that Laura could almost forget this day had been a waking nightmare. As she lay down, exhaustion took over, and she was asleep before her head touched the mat. As usual, Laura woke up before the sun with a weight on her chest and lead in her stomach. Her head pounded, signaling a migraine. She massaged her jaw, trying to ease the tension there, and blinked until the tears dried in her eyes. Another dream about her parents. She extracted herself from Milo's octopus grip and looked out one of the broken windows at the town. A small part of her had hoped that she would find that the day before had been a nightmare. Oh my god, I have hiccups. It wasn't. By the time she was ready to face the devastation, the sun was just peeking over the horizon. It illuminated the vineyard, highlighting entire rows of trees that had been uprooted, flooded, and lost to the jagged cracks that spread across the field. Beyond that, where the edge of the town center used to stand, were many missing buildings. It was as if they'd once been drawn with the stylus and then erased by a careless rag, leaving scattered remnants across the ground. She placed her rock into the pocket of her dress before sneaking out so she didn't disturb the sleeping kids. She wanted to check in with her aunt and uncle before heading to Gray's place. After checking Esh's office, which was also in ruins, and the kitchen, which was mostly intact, thank goodness, she went to the courtyard. She stopped short. 2 Fae wearing the black and gold uniforms of the Windland Castle Guard and the realm to the south of their town were in the courtyard. She crept across the cracked earth, skirting around a fallen tree. Auntie Esh was nowhere to be found, nor was Uncle Salim. The children would wake up soon, and she needed to make sure none of them crossed paths with the two guards, one tall, with a sword on his hip, and the other short with a bow and arrow. She stepped towards the guards hesitantly. "Are you lost?" she asked. "Excuse me?" The taller guard snarled. Lore took an involuntary step backward. The taller guard didn't bother reaching for the sword sheathed at his hip. He didn't need any weapon other than himself to split her from navel to neck. Instead, he reached out a taloned finger and raked it through her curls. The feeling of his hand made her shudder, and the guard smirked at this, revealing sharp teeth. He all but purred with satisfaction at her display of fear. What a bitch. What a fucking bitch. What a fucking asshole. What a fucking asshole bitch. Oh, I'm so mad. Hold on, I'm trying to find good ambiance. What's a good ambiance? Ooh, maybe this one? Maybe? No, wait, this is crazy. Maybe this one? Ooh, just a little scary. I'm mad for you. Dude, I'm so mad for her. Sorry, where was I? And she was truly terrified. She abruptly realized that despite the disgust the Fae the afternoon before had treated her with, they had been civil. These guards would not extend the same courtesy. Suddenly, the guard barked a laugh, wound his hand farther into her hair, and yanked hard, tossing her to the ground. Lore didn't give them the satisfaction of crying out, though. Her body screamed in pain as she collided with the stone. Stunned, she leaned back on her hands and stared up at them. "Don't you kneel when speaking to your superiors, human?" the shorter one crooned. Her heart was in her throat, pounding with fear and choking her up, but she couldn't bring herself to bow. She struggled to her feet. Their smiles grew. After all, what fun was prey that gave up so easily? "How may I be of service?" she managed. "We've come to escort the owner of the apothecary to Windland Castle. Bring her to us," the tall one said, dark eyes flashing dangerously. Lore almost choked on air. Escort? As in leave? As in walk past the tree line? Lore shut her mouth, which was hanging open. She couldn't fathom what they were saying. If she brought 𝗵𝐸 to the Fae, she would have to go. Uncle Salim would never be able to put this place back together, rebuild their business, and take care of the kids on his own. Not to mention, these Fae clearly had no qualms about hurting humans. She couldn't allow such harm to befall 𝗵𝐸. She was the glue that held this entire shelter together. Uncle Salim was the heart, but Auntie was the driving force. If anyone was going to travel into the unknown and make this dangerous trip, it should be herself. The children would be okay without her, but they wouldn't survive if Auntie or Uncle left. Yes, the kids needed 𝗚 more than they needed Lore. I take a sip of water. "I'm the owner of the apothecary," she choked out. She hoped they couldn't smell a lie. "Does she seem a bit young to you?" the one with the bow and arrows asked the other. His demeanor had changed in the few moments she had taken to consider her circumstances. He no longer looked at her, instead looking bored and indifferent as he stared at his claws. That was how mercurial the Fae were. That was how easy it was for him to decide whether she was worth toying with or worth killing. "He said we can bring the owner or her ward," he drawled. "I do not care which one it is." He looked at Lore. "Come." "Who said? Can I make my goodbyes?" Lore took a hesitant step backward, preparing to run back to the shelter. "I think not." But her family wouldn't know where she went. If she didn't return, and there was a good chance she would not, they would never know what happened to her. She couldn't catch her breath. It felt like clamps had seized her lungs. She opened her mouth to beg or plead when the guard's hand flashed out, wrapping around her arm in a cruel grip. "Don't make us repeat ourselves, human." Lore stepped back, Trying to tug her arm free, tears sprang to her eyes at the tightness of his grip. His fingernails dug into her skin harder. We said it's time to go. He was interrupted by Milo. Wait, hold on, I got something for this. Hold on, wait, go back to this. Wait. Wait, go back to this one. Sorry, it's Milo's music. The boy clad his only sleeping tunic ran full speed into the taller of the dark fae, tiny fists flying. Milo! Lore could barely get his name out. Her heart was in her throat. She stepped forward at the same time 𝗵𝐸 did. She must have seen him run out. The boy they both grabbed for the boy, trying to get him before... The face sneered, piercing eyes boring into the boy. With a flick of his other wrist, he knocked Milo away and into a small pile of stones. Milo cried out as he hit the ground. Milo! She finally tore free from the guard and knelt, scooping the boy up before he could try to attack the fae again. She held him tightly and rubbed soothing circles on his back while examining him for injuries. His body might be a little sore from the fall, but ultimately he would be okay. She squeezed him gently until his panting stopped and a tiny scraped hand reached up to twist one of her curls around his small finger. Lore whispered in his ear, voice thick with unshed tears. Milo, I'll be back soon. You be good and listen to Auntie. She needs your help, all right? I love you. She handed him directly to 𝗵𝐸, whispering, I'll be back soon. Check under my mattress for the earnings from the apothecary. Her aunt nodded, her eyes wide with fear for Lore, but she had more run-ins with the guards than Lore had. 𝗵𝐸 knew you didn't argue with them, didn't question them or hold them up. She nodded and cradled a squirming Milo. Lore backed away, not daring to look at the two guards so they wouldn't see the fury that burned in her. What kind of person shoves a child? Then again, she supposed they weren't people at all. The 𝗚litherians were fae. Instead of looking at them, she kept her eyes on Milo as she walked away, willing him to stay and be strong. When they stepped through the forest, passing by one of the sentries stationed in the zone. Wait, hold on. I think I've got something for this too. Hold on. What's this? Do I have something for this? Okay, hold on, where was I? I lost my place. She turned back once. Auntie stood there still, her mouth moving while she rocked Milo. Lore didn't need to hear her to know that she would be singing softly, like something she'd sung to Lore when she herself had been a scared child. Lore turned back, sending a prayer to the goddess above that this wouldn't be the last time she saw her loved ones. The deeper into the forest they ventured, the darker it became. Her resolve melted away, allowing the fear to rush back in. She shouldn't be here. This deep in the forest. More than anything, she wanted to sprint as fast as her legs would take her until she was back in 𝗏𝗏𝗄r. It might not be safe, but at least it was home. At least it was something familiar. The leaves themselves seemed to whisper, "Go home, go home, go home." Barely any light reached the ground through the thick canopy of leaves. Though Lore distrusted the guards, she trailed close behind them, her legs struggling to keep up with their long strides. She swore she could feel the breath of a hungry beast waiting just beyond the shadows, and could see the gleam of monstrous eyes tracking her every move. She'd felt this before. Lore had grown up surrounded by sentries. One of them had murdered her father in front of her, and laughed when he realized his sharp jab to her father's temple hadn't just shut him up, it had killed him. She'd had to run and hide from sentries her entire life, and had been forced to lower her eyes when in their view. Her whole existence had felt like she was dying a slow death by 1,000 cuts, so she'd tried to run from Duskmere. There had to be somewhere the sentries were not, after all. At least, that's what she'd thought. But she hadn't made it far into the woods before the fear of the unknown began to choke her and cloud her mind, and then a sentry had found her. And that's when she'd gotten a scar beneath her breast. He'd taken his time carving into her. He'd delighted in it, knowing that she'd be forced to bear the mark for a lifetime. She resisted the urge to press on the spot that even now seemed to burn. The phantom pain came to her anytime she saw it, thought of it, or accidentally brushed against it. The memory of that night in the woods was overwhelming her, mixing with her present terror. She thought if she didn't turn back now, the beating of her heart might stop altogether. She couldn't catch her breath. Lore slowed her steps, dragging her feet. She could hardly get the Fae to listen to her. She had to go. She'd volunteered for this. She could do it. The guards would keep her safe. Well, from everything save themselves. They weren't like that sentry from that night. They needed something from her, after all. Her eyes swelled with tears and a whimper escaped her. For a second, she believed she would die in the forest. Something was going to eat her. Or she would fall and break her leg and nobody would come looking for her. The forest itself would consume her. Devour her. Swallow her whole like a monster with a gaping maw in one of her nightmares. Suddenly, something changed. The blood-curdling fear that had been pulsing through her dissipated. Her chest relaxed, and the beads of sweat collecting on her brow dried up. Her jaw and fists unclenched too. The all-consuming urge to turn back that was warring within her, the pressing need to be close to the guards and the false sense of protection their presence provided, despite knowing neither of them would actually lift their swords to protect her, just stopped. The fear dissipated. She heard the trill of birdsong, the soft, almost imperceptible footfall of the guards as they continued on their pace. The trees here differed from the ones at the edge of Duskmere. They were older, more spread out. Rather than imposing giants, working in league with the guards, the trees had almost a calming aura to them. The guards were paying her no mind, seemingly unaware of the change in thinking Lore had just undergone. She turned around and walked a few paces back, retracing her footsteps. All at once, that fear invaded her senses again. Her stomach heaved with it, her heartbeat roared in her ears, and she had to consciously fight the urge to panic and run blindly through the woods until she was back in Duskmere.
Hold on, I got this. Wait, I got this. Hold on.
Yeah, this will work. Okay, hold on. She turned with difficulty and walked 3 more paces. Her fear vanished again. Oh, the fear, the panic was false. A spell. Some disgusting magic, no doubt, placed here centuries ago by the Aletherians to stop the humans from leaving. Lore's eyes filled with tears, not from sadness, but anger. How dare they?
Hi, animal, welcome.
Do not fall behind, human. Genuine fear shot through Lore's stomach at the guard's order. She recalled his grip around her arm and the way he had cast her to the ground. The guards had gotten too far ahead of her. She quickened her steps and rearranged her features. They could never know that she was aware of the spell. If they knew that she had that knowledge, she would never be allowed to return home.
And that's the end of chapter 3! That's chapter 3. Ooh, Magic Forest! Ooh! Ooh, Magic Forest! Ooh! That's the end of chapter 3. That's it. I hope that you guys enjoy the reading time. I hope that some of you will pick up this book. Once again, I do believe that it is on Kindle Unlimited. Or you can purchase it at your local bookstore, or you can purchase it to read on Kindle if you would like. It is really, really good, and the sequel comes out in September, in the beginning of September, which will be called Lore of the Tides. And it looks like it'll be some kind of water theme place. VV good. So good. It's so good. This book is so good. Oh, let me put the actual music back on. Turn off the fantasy ambiance. Fucking Faye, man. Dude, fucking Faye, am I right? If they ever make an audiobook of this story, I'd definitely get it if it was you. That is so nice of you to say. I don't think HarperCollins is gonna hire me to do an audiobook, unfortunately. I wish I was that cool. But I'm happy that I get to share it with you guys here on stream. It's been really fun reading it. And if even just one person picks it up, then I'm happy. The author gives you a visceral hate for those guards, make you know they aren't allies. No, for sure. And even like further into the story.
Big fan of the story time,
oh my God,
Ruby narration.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the resub. Welcome. Yeah, pretty much all of the Fae suck. All of them are the fucking worst. There's a fucking steward, and the steward absolutely fucking sucks. I got Alamus, thank you. Thank you. This is my little ragdoll model. It was a gift from 𝗏𝐵. I love it. There's a steward, and he's just so nasty. He's giving, you know the movie Mulan? The guy with the calligraphy who like takes notes in Mulan, and he just fucking hates Mulan so much. He's giving that vibe to me. But the story, this is not really spoilers because it's literally the back of the book. The story is basically they're taking her to this Fae Lord. And there's this cursed library that no Fae can enter, and there's these books that have been stuck in there for 1,000 years, and no Fae can go in there. But there's books about like magic and shit. And the Fae obviously want that because they want the power from the magic, and so they're like, well, you're a human, you're not a Fae, so you can go in there and you can catalog all these books, and you can bring us all the books that are about magic and fucking clean up this ancient library that is absolutely fucking gigantic. They're like, yeah, you can spend 6 months here and clean up our library for us. Yeah, forbidden books. Exactly. So she agrees because she's like, okay, if you send help home to my village where everybody's fucking devastated and dying because of this fucking earthquake, send this home to my village, and I'll risk my life to go into this library that may or may not kill me when I go in there. Because she's like, there's magic books in here, and maybe I can sneak around and learn some magic so I can help my fucking people when I get to go back home finally. And that's the premise of the book. It's really fun. Highly recommend. If you do read it, please let me know if you're gonna pick it up, because I'd love to be able to yap about it, because it's been so good so far. I'm about 1/3 of the way through right now, I think. Yeah, maybe a little further than 1/3. And it's really good. I like it so much. So good. Thank you, Resgar. It's almost like I used to do this professionally or something. It's crazy, right? I was just discussing with Peppy how big are the nuts for what? What are we talking about? The only girl who'd love him is his mother. He fucking sucks, bro. He fucking sucks. He's fucking asshole. Peppy, I saw you open Date Everything. I want to play that game so fucking bad. It's been on my wish list for like a year. I've been waiting for it to come out for so long. I want to play it so bad. Well, let me see how much it is. Let me see how much it is. It not on my fucking wish list? Hello? Where the fuck is it? That's not my whole wish list, because I have 80 games on my wish list, and that was like 20 games. 30 doll hairs.
Make sure it's on my... Oh, no, it is on my wish list. It just wasn't fucking showing. There's a Steam summer sale. Maybe it'll go on sale for summer sale. I've been watching people play it and I love it. It seems really fun. It seems so fun and good. I just know that there's somebody who's like literally all the doors in the house. And I want that. It sounds really funny. Ruby, it's super fun. It looks... I've been watching it for a really long time because 𝗏𝐵𝐶i, I think, is actually the one that sent it to me originally. 𝗏𝐵𝐶i sent me one of the trailers like almost a year ago, I think, at this point. And I've been waiting for it to come out, and it's been so long. His name is Dorian. Yeah, Dorian. Isn't there one that's like a thirst trap door or something like that? I know Voxx told me there was one that was like a fucking door pun. It's one of those games that tells you a lot about the person playing it while you watch them react to the characters. Wait, really? I'm not playing it on stream then. Y'all don't need to know shit about me. Nobody needs any insight into me. Y'all don't need to know me. What I've learned from watching people play Date Everything is that they don't try to make love to your toaster IRL. Well, yes, for sure. There's so much going on. I think that's one of the reasons I like it. Is it voice acted or do I have to read stuff? Well, I'm gonna have a little drink. No, tell us you gotta play it on stream. What the fuck is in it for me? It's fully voice acted. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Hi, Alex. Welcome. The talent in it is bonkers. Nice. A lot of the dropout people, I believe that. The voice acting list is very impressive. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I'm so glad. It's always nice to do one of these games that's voice acted so I don't have to destroy my voice. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Touch Starved, but also it destroys my voice. Straight up kills me. Hell yeah, we love a lunch around here. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome to stream. We're gonna do a little bit of co-working in a minute, I think. Always good for streamers when a visual novel has a voice. Yes. Like a lot of very famous VAs. Nice, nice, nice. I haven't seen the trailer since, like, I don't know if the new trailer has voices in it. I have not seen. I only saw the old old trailer. Now on summer vacation. Summer vacation from what? I was cleaning my computer while I was listening. I actually had some news I wanted to share. Oh yeah? Are you gonna share it? Or nah? Or nah? Yeah. Or yeah. Summer vacation from work. I work at a school. Oh, hell yeah. The one upside of being a teacher. Oh, actually, I don't know if you live in the United States. It could be more upsides for you. In the United States, the one upside of being a teacher, or I mean, working at a school, I guess maybe you're not a teacher. What is this? Get out of here. Skedaddle. Halo fucking Phoenix. Halo fucking Phoenix just sent me Date Everything, and the note says, now you have to play it on stream. What if I just decline the gift and buy it myself? Wait, the lavish edition? You got me the one with DLC? Wait, that's really nice of you. What the fuck? What the heck? Now I cry. Why are you making me cry on stream? Dude, that's really nice of you. Then Halo would be sad. I know. Can't make Halo cry.
Why cry? No cry. What if I wanted to play this right now? But what if I didn't want to work on my book and instead wanted to fuck around and play games instead of being productive? What if I didn't want to do a grown-up thing? Then I think you should do that. But like, man, you guys are a bad fucking influence on me. Ah! I could, or I could save it for game day. I had a really fucking shit ass week. But I did get to buy a new book. I found there's a book that's going out of print for the indie cover and is getting picked up by Trad Publishing. It's called, I think it's called To Bleed a Crystal Bloom, and it's like a Rapunzel retelling. But the indie cover art is so gorgeous, and I found one at my local bookstore, my local Books A Million, and I got to pick that up today, and I was really excited because like that thing is fucking nowhere. I don't even know how they have this. It feels like somebody left this in a fucking back cart in the back room for like the last 6 months or some shit. Today's book was called Lore of the Wilds. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'll link it to you. Unfortunately on Amazon, because that is unfortunately the only place online where you can buy it, so just keep that in mind. That's the link. That's what we were reading today. Lore of the Wilds, and book 2 comes out in September. Let me read you the little what's it called? The tropes that they're listing is cottagecore vibes, swoony enemies to lovers triangle with 2 handsome fae, an enchanted library, found family, and elemental magic. Also the library though. Also, there's a fox. There's a fox, and she's feeding the fox, and it's really cute. So it's Lore, who is the human. There's Asher, who is a guard, and Finn, who is a grumpy barkeeper. What the fuck is this? Sorry. Amazon, because they're swallowing all the other options. Yes, if you... This is for the ebook. Unfortunately, this is the only option for the ebook. However, you can go to your local bookstore and request or buy, if they have it in stock, the physical copy. Yo, are these characters Halo, did you not look at the screen one single time while I was reading? Here's the characters. This is the main cast of people. It actually has an extremely diverse cast of people. There's all kinds of people in this book. But the 3 main characters are all brown people, yes. I didn't think it was related. It literally says Lore of the Wilds, currently reading Lore of the Wilds right here. I'm very smart about some things, and others I'm big dumb. Oh my god, no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh my god. Just checked out the audio version from my library. Hell yeah! Oh, I'm so glad they had it. I'm so glad they had the audio book. But yes, no, that's them. Lore of the Wilds. That's Lore in the middle. She's so freaking cute. I love her. I love her so much. And on the left-hand side with the antlers, his name is Asher. And I haven't met the other guy yet, so I can't tell you shit about him. But Asher's cool. He's cool and he's solid. I'm gonna buy an actual copy of this. I want that cover in my apartment. I have to say, it is an absolutely gorgeous book. The physical copy doesn't have like the filigree around the edges. It's just the what do you call it? The trees and stuff. So like this filigree that you see on the corners is not part of the actual cover. However, it's still absolutely gorgeous art. I'm very, very grateful that HarperCollins and the author allowed me the chance to read this. I'm very excited. Oh my god, hi Blam! How are you? Welcome! Welcome to stream. Thank you so much for the resub, dude. Nice to see you. Art is pretty grabbing on Kindle. Hell yeah! Dude, Blam, it is so fucking hot outside. It is unbearably hot outside. Also, I'm gonna show you guys the cover of book 2. I don't know if it has all the same characters or if these are different characters. I don't know who's in this book. Let me save this image. But this is the cover of book 2 is fucking gorgeous, and I received an e-arc of this, so I don't have the physical, but I do have the the ebook version. It is so pretty. Look how fucking gorgeous that is. So this is the sequel. It comes out in September. It's called Lore of the Tides. Yeah, I don't know if it's a standalone or if it's like a sequential sequel. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see if I can find it. So pretty. Dude, it's so fucking hot outside. I can't believe how fucking hot it's been. Like, my weather app is like, oh yeah, it's a high of 85, and then I get in my car and it's like 101 degrees, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of feels that way, honestly. So okay, I don't want to read the blurb on Amazon. I don't want to read the summary because I'm afraid there's gonna be things. I'm afraid there's gonna be spoilers. But the themes in the book are sea witchery vibes, romantic tension, found family, female main character, rage, sirens, and quote, let me adore you. Which I'm always a fan of. It's a high of fry an egg on the road out here. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, not when I haven't finished book 1. Dude, okay, can I just have a small rant? The number of times that I have gone into a bookstore. Hey, PSA to anyone who works in a bookstore. Anybody in the chat work in a bookstore? I have a fucking request. Okay? Because I am so sick and fucking tired of going into the bookstore and seeing a series and being like, oh, a series that I think I would like to read. Let me pick up book 1 and read the back. And so I pick up the book that is furthest to the left because you'd think the book furthest to the left is book 1, right? That's the normal thing to think. That's the thing that makes sense. And so I pick it up and start reading the back, and it's like book 6 of the fucking series. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess now I know how it ends. Thanks, assholes. And it makes me so fucking, like, it happens all the time. All the fucking time. All the time. All the time. Peppy, what is this fucking meme you just sent me? All the time. Are they doing it alphabetically by title? I don't fucking know, but it's really fucking annoying because the books don't tell you which one is first. So you have to like flip through all of them trying to find which one has the most completed list. So you can figure out what fucking order they go in, because like book 1 will list only book 1. Book 2 will list only book 1 and book 2. Book 3 will list only book 1, 2, and 3. You see where I'm going with this? So I don't know what the fucking order is. Ah! Anyways, all the time. All the fucking time. I just have a hard time trusting new authors with straight relationships in books set in the 1920s. But if they're writing a queer relationship, I'm not as worried. Wait, what do you mean? I don't think I understand. I feel like based on vibes, I agree with you, but I don't think I fully understand. I'm so sorry. I want to know if this is... Oh, it's a duology. Okay, so it is a conclusion to the duology. But is it the same two guys? Or is one of the guys not in here anymore? Who are the two fucking main characters? Who are the dudes? Oh my god. Oh my god, hi buddy, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. And I'm tired of the lady in a relationship is always plagued by feminine Oh, okay, now I understand the meme. Now I understand, yes. Yes. No, I completely agree. Very much, yes. Hi bunny, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome to stream. I hope your stream was good. I made that meme myself. It's perfect and I love it.
I love it so much. What is the title of the book that you're currently reading? I just want to know the names of the characters in this book. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. No, well, well, so here's my problem is that, like, I just, now I'm scared that if I don't see both these characters' names, that one of them is going to be dead by the end. And I don't want them to die. I don't want somebody to die. But this person doesn't look like the other person, but the other person kind of looks like this other guy. Does the one that I like right now fucking straight up die? Who the fuck is this guy on the cover? Man, oh man, I gotta finish this fucking book. Man! 𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗹. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Meow, 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 meow. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's good and not full of sexism. A cop in the 1920s finds a man who can read people based on their handwriting, and they're both gay, and they were gay. I'm so happy for you. Oh, speaking of romance books, I guess it's not super a romance book. It's not spicy at all. But have any of you guys seen the book When the Moon Held the Tides? Because that book is and it is romance, but it's not spicy. And it has the most gorgeous cover I have ever seen. I think it's When the Moon Held the Tides. It's a guy, and I think he works in like a garage. I wanted to say blacksmith, but it's not that kind of fantasy. It's like more modern. I think he might work in like a factory or something. And a fucking merman from the East River. Hold on, let me save this so I can show you this cover art, because it's absolutely so fucking gorgeous. Look at this cover. Look at this fucking cover. Sorry, it's When the Tides Held the Moon. That's what it is. Here's a fucking mermaid from the East River. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Oh, let me read the blurb. Let me find it. Hold on. Let's see. The Shape of Water meets The Greatest Showman in this beautifully illustrated queer historical cozy fantasy as a young Puerto Rican immigrant goes through a journey of love and self-discovery after capturing a merman for a Coney Island sideshow act in a turn of the 20th century New York. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this absolutely the fucking most gorgeous thing you've ever seen? The art is immaculate. It's so fucking pretty. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I think he is actually legitimately from the East River. I didn't realize it actually took place in actual New York. I thought it was like a sort of like fantasy fiction New York kind of place. But it's gorgeous. I love it. Beautifully illustrated novel with artwork throughout by Vanessa Vita Kelly. Oh, so gorgeous. I love it so much. Hold on, there was a couple. Because for Pride Month, I had a couple on my list of WLW and Let me see what I got on here. The fantasy New York where the East River is safe to swim in. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and there's definitely not like a whole bunch of like fucking runoff, you know? Really the only part of the setup that gets me, everything, yeah, right. Someone chewed my onion. Hi, Swiggity, welcome. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous one. One of the other ones I saved that is an FF romance is When You're a Terrifying Monster. Sorry, no, sorry. How to Get a Girlfriend When You're a Terrifying Monster is the other one. Let's see here. Sure you want to remove? Yes, I'm sure I would like to remove. I'm trying to show you without doxing myself. Hold on. Let me show you. I'll show you the cover. That's what the cover looks like. Then come back over here so I can tell you about it. Okay, bye, Rescar. We'll see you later. Goodbye forever. Hold on, I'm not on the screen anymore. There we go. That one's really cute. It's about an eldritch abomination trying to find a girlfriend. Looks like a cute book. Doesn't it look so cute? I think it looks cute. What else do I have here? Let's see what else is on my list.
What else is on my list? I recently read Neon Gods, and that book was fucking wild. Spartacus, hi!
44 months,
Hello.
𝗂𝗏𝗡,
Oh my
𝗂𝗏𝗡.
God. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome to stream. Welcome to stream. There's one that I'm not sure that I can put on the screen. I don't read a lot of MM because, frankly, I don't like manly men. And a lot of the MM that I have come across is always like, and he was so manly. And I can't fucking do that shit. So I did, however, find a bunch that did include like very, like pretty guys, like very pretty dudes. Like there's one called the Fox and the Dryad. And one of them is like a Fey prince, and he is beautiful. Hold on, I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna show you this cover art because I was like, okay. Hold on, let me save. Where is it? Here it is. Look at this cover art. Isn't that fucking gorgeous? And they were both dudes. My problem is that like my physical attraction to something is generally aesthetic based. And so if you don't have an aesthetic that I'm looking for in whatever kind of story that I want, I just can't read it, bro. I can't do it. But they're both gorgeous and I'm into that. So let's see, hold on. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Who is this one? Oh, I think they're both dancers. Yeah, I think they're both dancers. They're both dancers? One of them is a lord and a dancer. And one of them is a dancer. I don't know. I just thought they were pretty and I was like, damn, okay, shit. Why is that a problem? That seems like a feature, not a bug. Wait, for which thing? for which thing? What's a feature, not a bug? What are we talking about? Oh god, I just deleted something. I don't even know what I deleted. It's fine, whatever. Alright, I'm just gonna delete this one. Lord of the Dance? Don't fucking talk to me about Lord of the Dance. You know how I feel about Lord of the Dance. Well, I'll show you one more that has an absolutely gorgeous fucking cover that I actually really want to read because he's a merman, so like of course I do. Hold on. That your attraction is based on aesthetic. Oh yeah, true. Man, I saw somebody on TikTok making like a really shit ass post about like, oh, why would you call yourself pansexual instead of bisexual? If you call yourself pansexual instead of bisexual, that's trans erasure. And I was like, maybe I call myself pansexual because your gender has nothing to fucking do with it. And I could be attracted to fucking somebody's vibe, okay? I could be attracted to you based on vibes alone, never having seen you, never having heard your voice, never knowing shit about you. It's the fucking aesthetic. Actually, it feels like the other way around. That's what I think too, but whatever. Because to me, bisexual means two. I'm attracted to two, and whether that's my own and also another of my choosing, or like I am, you know, pretty strictly on the being attracted to like stereotypically like feminine versus masculine and like not necessarily in the middle. Like that's kind of how it feels to me. Is like you got two different sides of the same coin. And to me, being pansexual is like your gender identity has absolutely no merit on whether or not I find you attractive. It means nothing to me other than that it's important to you, and it's important to me because it's important to you, but it doesn't dictate whether or not I'm going to be attracted to you in any way. I dealt with that a lot with my ex, and I probably identify more as pan, but the colors dude, I know. I fucking know. Don't fucking get me started on the pansexual flag being so fuck-ass ugly. It's the worst. But it's what feels right for me. Because I don't know, I would not consider myself a bisexual because, I don't know, it just doesn't matter to me what your gender is. You know, anyways, look at this fucking book cover. Anyways, look at this fucking book cover. Isn't it gorgeous? Also, I'm not about to completely rebrand, bro. Come on. No, that's fair. That's fair. No, you're valid. Isn't this book cover fucking beautiful? I love it so much. Hold on a second though, because if you're not into reading romance, that's totally okay. If you want like a MF romance, like I get it, and that's fine. But there's this other book that is equally as absolutely fucking gorgeous. And I finished reading the first and second one, and both of them 5 stars. Like two of my favorite books that I've read this entire fucking year. So fucking good. Fucking 10 out of 10. Let me show you the covers of these books. You might like these. If you don't like these, don't talk to me. If you want a mermaid book, but perhaps you're hoping for a little more vagine, read Whispers of the Deep. Because Whispers of the Deep is so fucking good. Everything about this book fucking tickled my fancy and was so fun and so good, and I loved it so much. It's a little bit spooky because they live in the ocean. It's like a post-apocalypse where humans have to live in the ocean. I'm in the middle of that. It's so good. I love it so much. Can I be the bone in his teeth? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Literally, honestly, me too. Truly. fucking same, bro. Whispers of the Deep is absolutely phenomenal. She's a fucking fiery engineer who works on this underground city, and he fucking kidnaps her because his people hate the humans and would literally do anything to kill all of them. And his fucking village elder, not village, town elder, whatever, the fucking eldest lady is like, go fucking kidnap her and get her to tell you all the secrets of the humans, and so we can kill the humans. So he fucking kidnaps her, and then he's keeping her in a series of fucking caves, but like he wants to kiss her, so his plan kind of starts to fall apart a little bit. And then you can read about his brother. And they continue the theme of kidnapping humans in Song of the Abyss, and so he goes to fucking kidnap this lady. He shows up in the fucking underground city that's basically meant to be like this is where all the rich humans live. This is where all the people with money live, and all of the government people live, right? So she lives there, except that as a child, she was fucking around with some of her dad's weird shit, because her dad's a general. She was fucking around with some of their fucking weapons that they just left out, and she sets off a fucking sound grenade and loses her hearing, and now she like basically can't hear anything at all. But she's got this little robot that sits on her head and like gives her subtitles for everything, and the robot is so fucking cute. The robot's name is 𝗏𝘁. No, 𝗏𝘁. It's 𝗏𝘁. The robot's name is 𝗏𝘁, I think. Fuck, I don't remember. Anyways, so he fucking shows up. He fucking shows up to kidnap her, and she sees him, and he's like this fucking 15-foot long Undine who ripped this shit. Literally, like, their people are like, no, they're monsters. Like, if they see you in the wild, they'll fucking kill you. He shows up in her fucking pool. She turns around and she's like, oh, bet, let me pack my bags. We'll get the fuck out of here. Because she fucking hates this place and hates her dad and hates everything about it. She's like, you coming to kidnap me? Let's fucking go, dude. I'm ready. And that story is great. Highly recommend Song of the Abyss and Whispers of the Deep. There is a third one called Echoes of the Tide that I am currently in the middle of. I have not read that one yet, so I can't tell you about it, but it is a trilogy, and I would love one day to have physical copies of those books because they are fucking beautiful. They're so fucking pretty. I'm supposed to be working today. This was supposed to be a co-working stream. Does this count as working? It's gonna be a hot read summer. Let's fucking go. Yes. Highly recommend those. So fucking good, dude. So fucking good. So fucking good. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh my god. One question, sorry. What? Hold on. Can I get a mod check in the mod room? What? Like... Sorry. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck is going on. Anyway, like what? This is the equivalent of us gossiping at the water cooler on the clock. It counts with, okay, perfect, thank you. Am I a mod? I don't know, are you? I'm just over here looking, but holy shit, this is my first time seeing this chibi model and it's so fucking cute. I could, oh my god, thank you! Thank you. Peppy, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. It was a gift from my rigger. They gave it to me for free as a very nice little gift. I can turn the, it's got a tanuki toggle, so I'm a tanuki right now. I put my tail up, I think, right? Yeah. Or I can have no tanuki. But I like having tanuki. I think it's cute. Yeah, it's got little leggies and it's got this is my comfy cozy outfit. So it's like an oversized long sleeve shirt and a little skirt and little house slippers. I love this model. I gave 𝗏𝐿𝐶𝐰 oh my god, thank you! Pappy, thank you. Thank you. I want her to come back. She comes in every once in a while. I see 𝗏𝗶𝘃 sometimes. I know of 𝗏𝗶𝘃. Hold on, where is it this one? Is it this? No. This? No. This? No. This? No. Do I not have a picture of the model that I showed for reference for this outfit? Peppy, I just saw your message in the mod room. What the fuck? I know that I have photos of this fucking model. Oh my god, okay, it's not there. And what are you? Maybe it's in the VTuber folder? Outfit designs? So one of my outfit designs? No, because this was like a whole ass model that I drew. Wait, what is that? Sorry, I'm like really confused. I'm stupid. I think I might be stupid. Do I not have an image of this model that I drew? I know that you guys have seen it. I've literally shown it on stream and been like, oh my god, look at this cute outfit that I drew that I'm never gonna get rigged because I'm a fucking girl failure. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, hold on. Hey, I found it, by the way. I found it. I found it. Okay, hold on. What's this? Open link. Open link. Okay, anyways. All that to say, this is so fucking useless. This is the image I sent to 𝗏𝐿𝐶𝐰. I was like, 𝗏𝐿𝐶𝐰, something with this outfit. This is like my little casual fucking outfit. And I drew this model, this one on the screen, the one that's just the art, the image on the screen. And never got it rigged because I don't know how to ask people to do things for me. But I was like, 𝗏𝐵chi, I really like this outfit. You can just put this outfit on and just do whatever you want with it. And they gave me these adorable slippers. And I really like it. So, anyways, that was a waste of fucking 10 minutes of my life. Sorry. Anyway, let me close the fucking browser, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? There we go. That's good. That's good enough, right? So I have to edit the next chapter of my book for Patreon. So maybe I'll do that, because I didn't realize that I was reading for so long. Let's see here. If I have a physical book that I would like to send you, how could I do this? Unfortunately, you cannot. Hold on, let's see here. I'm so confused by what's happening right now in the mod room. Okay. Unfortunately, there's not a way at this time to send me anything physical. But thank you for asking. Oh my god, there's a major spring update to Spirit City Lo-Fi. Wait, was that a long time ago? Why is it acting like that just happened? Why is it pretending that just happened? Here, come over here. Come over, nya. If the game was up. Hello. Not Roblox. Get out of here, Roblox. I know you can't see me. I'm so large. What? Why you not show? Spirit City Lo-Fi. Show the game. Bruh. I swear to God. My PC? Whack. Not Elden Ring. That's not even... Elden Ring is not even a choice. Get out of here. I'm back from the card shop and getting magic cards. Hi, welcome! Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. How did your card shop thing go? I hope the card shop was fun. Did you get anything good? Or have you opened them yet? Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. I can't use the keyboard as a little guy, so maybe I'll put my book back up. Although that would be really, really silly because, well, the book's not gonna work. Because I'm typing. Why would I type in a book? That would be crazy. This is the worst set for me because they had me from the moment then. Oh no, I think I'm sorry. Which one was it? I don't know anything about magic, so I want to know which one it was, but I'm not gonna know after I ask. You're gonna tell me and be like, that's neat, and not have no idea what any of it means, but I still want to know. Oh, I actually, okay, wait, I do know if okay, because Rugs told me. Rugs mentioned that there was a Final Fantasy one coming out. Oh, it's awesome! Did you get anything good though? Oh, you said it before. You said I bought the last Final Fantasy pre-con deck I needed. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I might be a little brain dead today. So sorry. Do we have anything in the spirit decks that we haven't gotten? No, we got them all. Bro, we got everything. Damn. Holy shit. The Final Fantasy collab. Yeah, Ruggs was talking about that one recently. I know he was pretty excited about it. He was pretty excited about it. Let's see here. Got a few really good cards out of the booster box too, but I missed getting another booster box today by like an hour. Oh, were they like sold out or something? Like they sold out an hour ago or something? Oh, excuse me. I'll pull up my manuscript. It feels so weird to say that. Google Docs. 100% sold out literally an hour before I got. Holy shit. Oh my god. I know that that's been happening a lot with Pokemon cards too. I didn't realize that was like kind of across the board. Although I guess it's probably a pretty popular drop. Like Final Fantasy is a huge franchise. That sucks though. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm mad at myself because I was meaning to go to the shop all weekend too and just, oh. Damn, I'm so sorry. Honestly, you're probably better off. This past weekend was so hot. Me and Ruggs went out one day. We went out on Saturday to the farmer's market and we were only outside for maybe like 2 hours. And I was so hot that like I literally couldn't cool down. I had to go like sit in the car and then came home and was like, I had like heat exhaustion. I was so fucking tired. I like couldn't stay awake. I had to take a fucking sun nap. Because it was so hot and I sweated so much. I was in the sun for so long. Dude, the weather is crazy right now. The stupid scalpers are buying everything like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, for real. For real, for real. Yes. The heat and humidity is wild right now. It is. I was telling chat earlier that like my weather app will be like, oh yeah, it's a high of like 85 today, and then I'll get in my car and it's like it's 102 degrees outside, and I'm just like, okay. The humidity turns your sweat from a cooling mechanism to like some kind of gross marinade. Yeah, gross marinade is exactly what it feels like. Shit's fucking nasty. It feels not good. It feels not my favorite. Do not want. 0 out of 10 experience for me, dog. Gross Marinade is a good band name. Oh my god. Wet bulb temperatures? Feels not my favorite. Liger, what is a wet bulb temperature? Because I don't want to Google it. Not the Googling. Oh my god, fine, I'll Google it. I'm impatient. I'm just gonna Google it. The wet bulb globe temperature is a measure of the heat stress in direct sunlight, which takes into account temperature, humidity, wind speed, sun angle, and cloud cover, solar radiation. This differs from the heat index, which takes into consideration temperature and humidity and is calculated for shady areas. Wet bulb is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Who decided it was called wet bulb? I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Do not want. It sounds so stupid. You kind of just overheat and stop living. God, me. Relatable. Sorry. My bulb is wet, bro. My bulb is like so fucking wet, dude. Bro, my fucking bulb, dude, is so fucking wet, bro. I'm sorry. 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 I'm so sorry. Anyway. Let me see if I can do something. Hold on. Bro, my fucking bulb, dude. Dude, my fucking bulb, bro. Bruh, my bulb is the wettest it's ever been, dude. Can't fucking stop, bro. Can't stop, won't stop, dude. I'm so sorry.
Why does it say what? 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 The fuck? The fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna put this on and then turn that on, and then I'm gonna make it so it's like, oh shit, stop it. Stop what you're doing. Nope, stop. 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 I'll do like dish, and then like dish, and then like dish maybe. And then I can do like dish, and then sorry, I had to burp. I had to burp, so I had to put it away. I'll just put this behind me because you're not gonna be able to see it while I'm working on it anyway. It's more for just the aesthetic. Filter, and I think I have one for, yeah, I do. I cannot write when people can see what I'm writing. I like forget every word I've ever known in my entire fucking life. But I do think it's fun sometimes to like be able to see a little bit of like, hey, somebody's writing a thing. I know I'm being fucking silly. Okay, I think if I put it to here, you can't tell what it is. Anyways, not the wet ass bulb, not the wab. Bruh. Bruh. Do. Sorry, I'm trying to, there we go, okay. And then I'll just put it right there. I cannot code a damn thing if I'm being, literally! I can't, like, don't look at me! Don't look at me! Okay, we're gonna do, is it? Okay, no. What did I do? What have I done here? Okay, no, it'll work. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, chat, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna start our Pomodoro. And I'm gonna do we're gonna do a 20. We'll do a 20-minute and then a 5-minute. Ugh. Okay. Because I don't have like a ton of work to do. I just have mostly editing to do. So we're gonna start our Pomodoro and we'll do 20 minutes of focus, and then we'll fucking yap for what will inevitably be more than 5 minutes. Here we go. Patreon gets chapter 8 this coming month. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna put the mic down by the keyboard so you can have that sweet ASMR sounds. You're welcome.
I need to get my M dash. My little M dash. Shut up. Thanks. I wonder if it's the same as this one. Oh! Why did it paste like that? It's fine. Paste without formatting? But what if I just want to control V? Got that �alt0151 burned into my soul. I don't have a numpad. I have to get myself an aesthetic numpad. You ever drink some water that's been sitting out for a while and you're like, what? Yeah, it's bacteria! It's the bacteria that makes it taste that way. I do it all the time. The water would be cloudy with minerals? Whoa! Hi, Nautical, welcome. actually editing. I'm working on editing the next chapter of my book that will go on my Patreon next week. How are you? There's a part in this chapter where she's talking to one of the characters. The main character, Fee, is talking to one of the characters. And she's like, hey, so what are you? Like trying to ask like what kind of like witch they are. Like hey, what kind of magic do you do? And she tells her, she's like, oh, I'm a diviner. And Fee responds, ah. And the girl responds, you have no idea what that is. She goes, you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, do you? It's okay. I love them. One of my favorite, was it really? Oh, that makes me so happy. I love Morgan. Morgan is great. It's so real. That's exactly what I wanted. Like the kind of the whole vibe of this book was like, I wanted real people reacting to ridiculous situations. Like one of those moments that makes the book feel grounded. Thank you! That means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you. I like writing it. It's funny because my favorite chapters are when I get to write two of the side characters. Like Morgan and the other side character are two of my favorite fucking people to write about. I love them so much. Oh, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Well, I mean, unless you're not on my Patreon. If you're not on my Patreon, it's still a secret to you, but for people on my Patreon, it's not a secret anymore, but Morgan and the other side character are actually two of my favorite people to write for. Hi, Biscuit. Hello. Oh, I hope they feel better. I'm so sorry. Things are rough. She's all good. Okay, good. That is good to know. I'm glad. I hope you're doing okay. It's nice to see you. We're just having a chill stream because I was off all week last week. Thank you. It's mostly editing, so it's pretty good. Editing's not too hard, especially when I have a chat to help distract me. Yeah, of course. She'll get a treat when she's feeling better. Good, yes. Much love and treats. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Thank you. I hope you're doing good. Nice to see you. We're having chill vibes stream today. Thank you for the lurk. Still, thank you.
Boop.
Boop. Thank you so much for the 3 months in advance, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have almost 10 fiends in the pit today, too. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's yap time. It's time to yap. Hey, that's pretty good. I got a couple of pages of editing done. Found a whole section where I was using the wrong tense like a fucking goob. Ooh, Rug should be home any second now. Any minute now, Rugged Sauce should be home. Also, I think one of my book subscription boxes came in. It's the very first one from this book subscription box that I have been trying to get on the list for, I don't know, since last summer. Almost a year. Since the end of summer. Not Rugged Sauce. Ew. And I think I might cancel it. Even though I've been waiting to get on it since the end of last fucking summer. It's my first one from this company. But I think I signed up for the wrong one on accident, and now I'm on the wait list for their fantasy romance one. Because I actually signed up for their like adult fantasy, I think is what it is. But it's not adult fantasy. Like adult did not equal like romance. So it's like, it's just like an adult fantasy with no kissing. And I need kissing in my book. I think there actually is romance in this one, but it's not like a guarantee. And I really like fantasy romance. And so what I'm hoping is, the reason I signed up for it is because I want special editions of like a couple of ones that I really, really like. But it's like a quarterly for the fantasy romance one. And so I just have to wait and see if it's one I want. And then if it's not, then I just like skip it. No kissing? Yeah, no kissing, no good. What's the point of the book if they're not kissing at the end? Haven't you seen The Princess Bride? It's actually my favorite movie. I fucking love The Princess Bride. I think that might be my favorite movie of all time. I recently had Rugs watch it because we hadn't watched it in a long time. What's the other thing? Oh my god, Ever After, that movie Ever After. Rugs had never seen it. And I forced him to watch that. And he really, really liked it. It's such a cute, like, silly movie. Which book box is this? This one is Owl Crate. I am still on the list for Fairy Loot. I would kill a man for a Fairy Loot subscription. But I've also been on that one for almost a year. And still have not gotten an invite to Fairy Loot. I think I have the Owl Crate one. Oh, do you have the adult fantasy one? I think the book also waiting for it. Yeah, oh my god, I want the Fairy Loot one so fucking bad, bro. The one for this, it's like the Academy Adult Fantasy and the New Adult Sci-Fi. Okay, I think I have Adult Fantasy. Adult Fantasy is the monthly one, yeah? Which came today, actually, and I did. Yeah, so mine just came today, so I think it is that one. It's the one where it's like an academy or something, and the image, like the drawing, the illustration on the front is like a lady and two guys or something. Sorry, I'm being really descriptive. I should just go get it and open it. Should I just go get it and open it? Maybe I'll just go get it and open it, actually. Hold on, pause. Let me go get it, and I'll tell you which one it is. Hold on. It's literally just outside. I'll be right back. Surprise, surprise! It's actually two. I also got my package from, what is this, Book Outlet? I think it's Book Outlet had like a huge sale on fantasy. So they had like tons and tons of fantasy for like $6. And I got like 2 books, 3 books, 2 or 3 books. And that came too. But my owl crate is here. Gifted and talented. Yeah. That's the one. Sorry, I ran outside. I'm out of breath. I ran across the house and outside and then back across the house. So my office is in like the back corner of the house. Okay, hold on. Ah, oh my god. I get just the book box. Yo, this box has like a huge nick in it. There's like a fucking hole in the box. Oh good, they at least pat it so it's safe inside. There's worms in this box. This box has the worms. The packing worms. These things. I hadn't opened last month's yet because I was out of town and just opened. Oh, I want the incandescent so bad. I keep seeing people opening it on TikTok and it's so fucking wait. Pause. Pause. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. Wait. Chat. So wait. So I signed up for this at the end of May. I signed up for this at the end of May, and I was told that my first book was going to be Gifted and Talented. Like, they literally sent me, I have the email right in front of me, that my first book was going to be Gifted and Talented. This is the incandescent. Literally, as I was saying I want that one so bad, I lifted the fucking worms off of the fucking thing. It's the incandescent, actually. You see what I'm so confused. This might be the wait. I'm so confused. Wait, I'm actually I have no idea what this book is about. I was expecting Gifted and Talented this whole time, but bro, this book is gorgeous. So one of the reasons that I wanted Owl Crate is that I fucking love special edition books. It's just my thing. Some people collect cards, some people, you know, collect other things. Some people spend a lot of money going on fucking vacation. I like special editions of books. And I don't have a lot of them, but I like the option of like being able to skip to like get one that I want, but you can't skip your first month. This is fucking gorgeous. So it's got like a hardcover, like a normal hardcover that has this like beautiful design of what looks like some kind of manor or a school, and then like a pentacle with like a little starburst, and then the dust jacket is made of clear plastic, and then there's this like a phoenix on the front in the clear plastic, so you can like see the actual cover of the book through the clear sleeve. It's so fucking beautiful. Bro, what the fuck? And it's got these like gorgeous like sparkly gold orange sprayed edges too. Oh my god, what the fuck? It's so pretty. I have no idea what the fuck this book is about. I wasn't expecting to get this book at all. You mind if I post a picture in the book club? No, of course. Please do. Please do. Feel free. Dr. Walden is one of the most powerful magicians in England and the director of magic at Chetwood School. After completing her graduate thesis by binding a powerful demonic entity to a phoenix tattooed on her forearm, she returned. Oh, sorry. She returned. There was a piece of dust. I thought it was a period. She returned to her alma mater to teach. Now her days consist of teaching A-level invocation to 4 talented and chaotic teenagers, more meetings, and securing the school's boundaries from demonic incursions. Walden is good at her job. No, Walden is great at her job. When a new threat emerges in the form of a higher demon that has long awaited patiently... in the form of the higher demon that has long awaited patiently just beyond the school's wards, an entity known sardonically as Old Faithful, Walden and her colleagues, including the aggressively competent Laura Kenning, may be able to contain it. But demons are masters of manipulation, and Old Faithful is only the beginning of their problems. It's Walden's responsibility to keep her school with its 600 students and centuries-old legacy safe, and it's possible the entity Walden most needs to keep her school safe from is herself. So when they showed me the picture of, and it said gifted and talented, and they had like a picture that looked like a book, that was not the book I received. Was gifted and talented just the theme? I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused right now, but this book is really pretty. Oh my god. I love a headmistress with a fucking sick ass phoenix sleeve tattoo. That must be last month. I guess so. So is this one's for June then? I just pulled out Gifted and Talented. I'm not sure the order of the boxes were in. I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. Hold on, I have to look at my email. Not Gmail. Gmail.com. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just, 1 second. Just in case someone can glean my fucking address from this. We're in confusion together. I'm so confused, Liger. Hold on, Owl Crate. The other one that I would really like, what is it called? There's one that I just got on the wait list for. Bad Women Books. Bad Women Books. Has some really, really gorgeous ones. Yeah, no doxing myself on twitch.tv. The Gmail. The Gmail. It's on my Gmail. Alright, hold on. Owl Crate. That's from January. I know my dumbass didn't fucking delete it. Is it in my other email? Oh, I'm in the wrong email. Duh. Okay, hold on. So confused. Where the fuck are you? What is this? No, that's from the Nerd Fam. Owl Crate. Delivered today. June 6th. Owl Crate confirm subscription. Okay, so I paid for this on June 6th. So I guess this one is June's? So I mean there's a G female. No! No! I think the incandescent must be June. Typically ships between the 15th and 20th of the month. I mean, it's gotta be. Then why did I keep getting the email for Gifted and Talented? What the fuck is that book about? What the fuck is Gifted and Talented about? Hold on, I gotta look it up. Gifted and Talenti. Gifted and Talenti Gelato. Gifted and Talented was May. Okay. I don't know why they kept sending me that email saying this one. It was clearly not this one. 3 siblings who upon the death of their father are forced to reckon with their long festering rivalries, dangerous abilities, and the crushing weight of all their unrealized adolescent potential. Adolescent potential? Is this not an adult book? Okay, here's my thing. I don't like to read young adult unless I like have a recommendation from somebody who has already read it, because I get super uncomfortable with this thing that it keeps happening in young adult books where they write characters that are like between 15 and 17 and then will like put them in sexual situations. And I'm just like, why would I want that? We had this discussion about Riverdale. I don't want to watch high school kids doing it. If there's no spicy things, that's fine. I'm happy about that. But like, yeah, YA drives me up a fucking wall nowadays. Like recently, apparently it's like a publishing thing.
Because there was somebody who said that they got dropped by their agent because they were writing a YA book and refused to put spice in it, and the agent was like, well, I just don't think it's gonna sell. And they were like, they're children? They're children. Not just because of that, but also because of the way they write YA now. I feel like the way that they write YA is that they just write an adult book and then make the characters like 16 years old. I don't know if this is your complaint, but it is my complaint. Like, Six of Crows really bothered me because it's a book about like a fucking heist and like somebody who like runs a gang, but then they're like, oh yes, and he was 15 years old and was in charge of the gang and walked with a cane. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean he's a fucking super thief at 15? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so, dude. Can I please get stories about that are like YA, that are actually YA? Two of my favorite YA books are the 𝗏𝗏 trilogy. 𝗏𝗏, the first one is called The Amulet of Samarkand. That's one of my favorite books of all time. That was like changed my brain chemistry book. The other one for me was A Great and Terrible Beauty, and I really loved both of those because both of those still had like high stakes and had them like you know, they were special, quote unquote, and they were doing stuff. But it was like in a way that felt age appropriate, you know? Like A Great and Terrible Beauty is about three friends who are at a boarding school back in like Victorian times and discover magic. And they're trying to rebel against the fucking patriarchy that just wants them to like go to boarding school, learn how to sit pretty and be quiet and marry an old man. And they were like, fuck that. And the 𝗏𝗏 trilogy is about a young wizard who has something to fucking prove and feels like he needs to be the best of the best of the best because everybody thinks that he's worthless because he's too young. And he makes some bad fucking decisions that children would make as a result of that. And the books are just so good. 100 Gifted for correctly written characters. What did I tell you about 100 Gifted as a joke? It's too far. It's not funny if you do 100. Shut the fuck up. Part of the issue is a lot of adults have a really low reading level, so they're doing this new adult thing, which is basically adult. Is that what new adult is? I've been wondering what new adult meant. I keep seeing it in the book. Not 500. I keep seeing new adult in the bookstores, like on the signs and stuff. The sci-fi box is a book from Mira Grant. Mira Grant. I don't think I know Mira Grant. What is the book? What is the book? All right, look, I'm clearly not fucking doing work. Let's go back over here. Just come back over here. Just come over here. I'm clearly not fucking doing anything right now. We're talking about books right now, okay? What is the book? I don't have a lot of sci-fi. What do I have on here? Apparently the industry thinks YA are sexually active. I mean, so here's the thing. As somebody who was a teenager, yeah. As somebody who is now an adult, I don't want to read about it. I don't want to watch it on TV. I don't need that. When I read a book, it's because I want escapism. I don't want to remember making bad choices as a teenager who was too young to be making bad choices. It's called Overgrowth. She also wrote the Newsflash trilogy, which is my favorite zombie series. Ooh. Overgrowth. Oh, I see. I don't see the special edition one on Google, but this looks cool. The original cover looks cool. This is just a story. It can't hurt you anymore is the fucking tagline. Oh shit. The Rolling in the Deep series was terrifying. Is that also by Mira Grant? Sorry, I'm looking at her. Into the Drowning Deep? Oh, I haven't read that. The ocean is home to many myths, but some are deadly. Ooh. Sounds like I would cry. I would probably cry. This one's called Rolling in the Deep. She's got merman hands on her face. They didn't expect actual mermaids. They certainly didn't expect those mermaids to have teeth. Is this like a Shape of Water situation, or did she get killed by the mermaid? I don't think this is a romance. This review is in German. Well, what if we romanticize the bad decisions? Please don't. Please. Literally, stop. Not Shape of Water. Damn. That's unfortunate. It's fine. I'll just read Whispers of the Deep instead of Rolling in the Deep. I like more whispering and less rolling in my mermaids books. R.I.P. R.I.P. Man, I'm actually really excited that I got The Incandescent. I was not expecting to get this book, and I was like a little bit sad about it. There's like a handwritten note in the front of this book. Damn, this is beautiful. Oh, it's signed. Oh, it's like physically signed, like with a fucking pen. It's not like a digital signature. Damn. Oh, that's so cool. It has a smell to it. What does this smell like? It smells like something. I've never read anything by this author before. I was just looking at what there is there. Oh, there's like a map of the school and like the surrounding neighborhood, I think. No, it's the school. Looks like it's mostly the school. No, there's... Well, there... I think it's the school. Hope it's not piss. No. It doesn't smell bad. It smells... I don't know. Like paper, I guess. It smells like paper. It's probably really what it smells like. Hold on, because I got some other things. I got some things from Book Outlet because they are having that $5.99 sale. I'm gonna open it. Mira Grant also wrote the Parasitology series. I regrettably don't read a lot of sci-fi, so I'm not super familiar. I'm trying to think of it. Ew, there's an ant on it! Get out of here! Okay, sorry. Yeah, the only sci-fi series I can think of that I've read is, it's not a series, it's just, I mean, it is a series, but I've only read one of them so far, and it's a romance novel. It's an Emilie Antoinette book. It's called Space for Love, and it's really good and really cute. Definitely not like a commentary on anything for sure. Shannon McGuire? I'm a sci-fi / fantasy lover. I swap back and forth at will. That's really fair. I'm typically more of a fantasy genre person. I grew up with Lord of the Rings. That was like my first experience with books. And I think it really shaped who I am as a person today. Mira Grant and Shannon McGuire are the same person. I had no idea. I hope these books are not destroyed. Sometimes you get stuff from Book Outlet and it's kind of not good. Ruggs came home. He came inside and then left again, and I don't know where the fuck he went. Let's see. I got a couple of things. Oh no, the one for Ruggs is like really fucked up. God damn it. I'll have to fix it. The cover's like all, it got stuck inside of the box and like got like really fucking bent. Unfortunately, one of these books I bought and then found out the author was a Zionist after it had already shipped, and I couldn't tell them not to fucking put that book in there, so that's gonna go on my shelf of shame. My shelf of, I bought this without doing enough research and no one can know that I own it. Hi Bevan! Welcome, thank you. Thank you for the resub, welcome. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fucking get you. What do you mean? I did, however, get The Songbird and the Heart of Stone because I didn't have that one. Which I think is the third book in the Serpent and the Wings of Night. So I got that one, and it was only $6, and the MSRP is $30. So I'm really happy about that purchase. And then the other one was one that Ruggs picked out. It's a paperback, and it got all fucked up. I'm gonna see if I can like smooth out the cover, the back cover, before he gets back in here, because I don't want him to feel bad that his one book that he picked. I want to read it too, but he picked it out. Hi Hi, Randall. I'm doing good. How are you? It is called Long Live Evil. Looks like this was an overstock from Target that got sent to Book Outlet. It's called Long Live Evil. Hold on. Let me read you the back. A tale for anyone who's ever fallen for the villain. As her whole life collapses, Ray still has books. Dying, she seizes a second chance at living, a magical bargain that lets her enter the world of her favorite fantasy series. She wakes in a castle on the edge of a hellish chasm, home to the once and forever Emperor, her favorite fictional character. He's impossibly alluring, as only fiction can be. However, in this fantasy world, she discovers that she's not the heroine, but the villainess in the Emperor's tale. Time to assemble a rogues gallery of villains and hatch an evil plot. So basically, she's dying. She, like, gets magicked away. She gets fucking isekai'd on her deathbed and wakes up as the villain in her favorite fantasy novel. I need an in an event of fire, don't save these books. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, yes. It's embarrassing, but, you know, we do our best. I could probably donate the book. And then somebody who wants to read it, because it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this book is, like, really popular and everybody's talking about this book and I got FOMO, so, like, I'll get it for $6 because I don't know if I'm really interested in it necessarily. Long Live Evil seems really cute. So, I don't know, maybe I can donate it and then somebody who really wanted to read it can support an indie bookstore or something. Or something. No. I want to get this fucking sticker off. I want this sticker off my book. I hate it when they put stickers on the cover of a book. Why do they do that? They're like, oh, it's removable, and then you go and try to remove it and it leaves this like nasty sticky residue. Bro, is it removable? Was it removable? Oh, the top half was. However, it's left a fucking immortal. It's left its immortal mark on the front of this book. God, I wish I knew. Every damn time. I don't know where. Oh God, the Crowns of 𝗂𝐿𝐴𝐴 one I got. I have no idea where this sticker is from, but this does not look like a removable sticker. This looks straight up just like a fucking price tag they slapped on here. Which, again, I got the book for $6. So, like, still better than paying $30 for a hardcover book. But come on, dude. Nobody wants that. Dude, is this like a Walmart sticker? I can't imagine any. Because Book Outlet, basically, it's like if places have overstock, they can sell it back. They can like send it to Book Outlet. So you can get books for really, really cheap, but they're like leftovers, or sometimes they're like just a little bit damaged. So they come from like all over the place. I can only imagine Walmart putting a fucking sticker like this on a book. Ew! It's coming off like trash! Of a villainous isekai. I know, right? Sounds like it's hit or miss. I mean, it is, but also like I said, I got a hardcover book for $6. If I had bought all of these books, in store for retail price, it would have been like $90, almost $100 with tax. And I got them for whatever fucking $6 plus $10 in shipping was. So, well, six times 3 plus like $10 in shipping. They do that all the time. Fucking, if you're gonna put a sticker on the book, wrap it first. Like, do something, dude. Come on. It would have been 120. What would have been? Wait. 3 times 3 is 9. Would have been 90 plus tax. I don't think tax is that much. That would have been for 4 books, yeah? I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so that's what I got. Fucking get this shit. Oh my god. Sorry, there's goop on my book. I don't want goop on my book.
Nasty. Nasty. Disgusting. Okay, I mean, it's good enough, I think. Oh man, this weekend I got some shelves finally because my bookshelf, I only have one bookshelf and it's not very big. It's just like a tall skinny one. It's pretty much completely full. And so I got some little shelves that they're like white and gold metal, and the metal part has like little gold moons, and it's really cute. And we hung them up this weekend so I could put up some of my favorite books in special editions and stuff. Hi Sean. Yeah. I am. Who gooped your book? Fucking, I don't know. I can only imagine it was Walmart. I don't know anybody else that just puts like a fucking like square white, like black text white sticker on a fucking book. I don't know, dude. Anyway, I'm so happy I got books today. I really enjoyed this stream. Thank you guys for coming to listen to me read to you about a book. Also, P.S. we were reading, let me just tell you guys, hold on. Let me show it one more time for anybody who didn't see the book that we were reading.
At night 07.
Not the book goopers, the fucking midnight goopers. Nasty. This is the book we were reading today. We read the first 3 chapters of Lore of the Wilds today. So if you want to, I'm currently reading this as an arc, and I'll be reading book 2 before it comes out in September, because I was very, very kindly sent this by HarperCollins and the author. So if you want to go check out Lore of the Wilds, you can find it on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited, or you can buy yourself a physical copy because the cover of the book is absolutely fuck-ass gorgeous. And I really, really love it. So far, I'm about a third of the way through. So this book is out. If you want to go pick it up, you can read it with me, and have like a nice little cozy cottagecore fantasy romance read with me, about a woman who is escaping the Fae, who are oppressing her and all of her human family, and trying to steal magic from them so that she can save her family. Hot book summer. Yeah. Oh fuck, they got that good design. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it so fucking pretty? So we're reading Lore of the Wilds, and then after I read Lore of the Wilds, I'm gonna read Lore of the Tides, and I'll let you know if you should pick it up. But if you want to pick it up, go do that this week, and you can read it with me, and we can talk about it in our book club room in the Discord. And let me know in there if you are reading it. Go into the Discord in the book club room and just let me know, like, hey, I'm reading Lore of the Wilds. And I'll be like, fuck yeah. It's hot book summer. Time to read a new book. You should do it. You should do it. Do it or else. Or else probably nothing, honestly. I'm old and tired. Okay, I'm gonna go and have dinner. I'm gonna go have dinner. Oh yeah, also look in the book club room. You can see Liger put some images. I have hiccups. Liger put some images of the fucking book that we were talking about before. It's so fucking cool. The incandescent. It's so cool. It's so beautiful. Go look at them. Anyways, I'm gonna go have dinner. I might stream tomorrow. I still have to edit that project for that client. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna do it, but I needed a break from it because so many things went wrong last week and I just couldn't fucking look at it right now. So streams are sporadic until I get that done, but I will definitely stream again this week. I just don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, but at least one of those days, and then definitely Friday. So hi Vaughn. I was just about to go figure out what I'm having for dinner today. A walleye. Oh my god, that sounds so good. Yum. But you have 5 copies of that at this point. But 5 copies. Wait, 5 copies of what?
Well, what are we talking about? What?
The work file. Oh! Yeah, right? I gotta, like, put some in my fucking, I gotta put one in, like, my fucking Google Drive or something, just in case, like, I don't know, now I'm paranoid that, like, my laptop is gonna fucking explode, and that's where I do all of my, like, editing and shit, so. I don't know, we'll see. But, sometime this week, we're gonna
we're gonna play Date Everything because I've been waiting for that game to come out for too fucking long to be fucking around, not playing it. So you'll definitely see some of that this week. Let's see here. What's the you? Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm so excited. I'm trying to figure out who to raid today. I very rarely stream during this time, so I only have like a couple of friends online right now. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. I'm literally so fucking hungry. Oh my god. I had lunch right before stream, so thankfully. Who is this person? Do you ever find somebody on your Twitch following and you're like, who the fuck are you? Like, I don't know who this is. When did I follow this person? I don't know who that is. What am I even looking at right now? Wait, do I know this person? No, I don't think I know this person. Oh my god. All the time, especially lately because I've been on a follow spree. Oh, that's fair. Ew, Halo Phoenix is following VTubers other than myself. Oh my god. Just kidding. In case that wasn't obvious. How have those I followed on a whim? There's a collab. Did their name change? Or was it a raid follow? Yeah, I have no fucking idea. I only have one 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸. And it's me! Psych, I don't know. And she's a fucking gremlin. And it's me! Let's see here. Let's see here. I hate raiding random people because I've raided random people before. And then it was like a really awkward experience. And it was like really not good. Because they like did some weird fuck ass shit after I raided. And I didn't like that. So now every time I go and like think like, oh, maybe I'll raid a random person, I just get scared. I get too scared. Hi, Asuka. Hi, Asuka. Hi. I'm mostly stuck to streamers I follow. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm looking at my list right now. Wait, what is this? Yo. Oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I accidentally opened a DM that I didn't mean to open. I didn't mean to open it, and now the notification is going to be gone forever. And I'm going to forget that this person DM'd me. Fucking ran on Twitter. Tweets, I just lost the game. You fuck ass. Are you in my chat right now? Fuck you. I fucking hate you. I cannot believe you've done this to me. No one's on Twitter. I can't set it to unread. I just have to like leave the thing open forever now so I don't forget. Why did you make us lose it too? Because that's the rules. That's how the game works. I can't just pretend I didn't just lose the game. You have to say it out loud that you just lost the game. Bro, I just lost the game. Dude, I just lost the game. Fucking goddamn. Frothing at the mouth in anger. Not really. Bruh. Who do I want to send you to? I mean, I'm gonna send you guys to Vine again. I know the last person I rated I think was also Vine. But it's fine. It's fine. Go have a lurk on Vine. Vine's having 𝗏𝐿𝐴𝐴𝑝ocalypse because they just had to emergency move. I almost just typed the word Vine in chat rather than /raid. Vine. Fucking kill me. Anyways, go lurk on Vine. Go give them some love. Go help them make up some money from their fucking move that they had to make on a fucking emergency, last minute bullshit. And then I don't know, do whatever you want for the rest of the day, and I'll see you sometime. I'll fucking see you guys. I'll be watching. I'll see you when you're sleeping, and I'll know when you're awake, 'cause I'm Santa Claus. All right, whatever. Bye.